Thank you. Sorry, I was too busy stuffing my face with cake and didn't even notice that I'd not set everything up correctly. Let me try it again. So, welcome to Factorio Space Exploration, and where on the Laurence can't remember to turn his microphone on channel. Um, yes, I did forget to unmute. And so in the last stream, what was I doing? Yes, I was setting up the Material Science 4 catalogues. So they're all running quite happily now. As we can see, all of these machines are running, which implies that I am actually producing all of the data cards at a sufficient rate for all of that. So that looks pretty good. The next thing to do is to go off and turn them into these things, the actual material science packs themselves, so I can actually start doing research with them. Most of this stuff that goes into it is pretty much, I'm not going to call it trivial, because quite a lot of effort goes into making a lot of these things, but it's quite straightforward. It's already up there and already done, so it's not too much of a worry. The only exception to that is this heavy composite, and that seems to require quite a lot of things, so I think I might be going to start shipping those up separately, a bit like I've been doing with the biological stuff up here. So if we have a look here, we've got this bio extras station, which dumps all of this stuff out on here for it to turn into the more advanced biological science packs. And I think I'm going to need something similar for down here for this one, because I don't really want to have to ship in all of those things. What were the things? Girders I can make out of the iridium that's already there, but heat shielding I'm going to want to bring in separately, I think. So yeah, so let's get that done elsewhere. Now, I don't think heat shielding is actually on my this system, which is a bit of a pain. So I'm going to have to think a bit about the best way to deal with that. So we do have over here, the spaceship that comes up brings heat shield tiles with it amongst other stuff, and that all goes down into here and gets sorted and dealt with and so on. But there isn't a nice easy way to get that onto the train system, which is a bit of a pain. So making heat shield tiles, that's stone, iridium and sulfur, so I could do that on site. That's possible. I could bring stone, iridium and sulfur. I've already got stone here, I'm sure. So that's not too bad. Iridium I've already got here, definitely. Not here. Here. Yeah, there's stone, there's iridium, so it's just sulfur. And I've got a funny feeling I was bringing that in as well. Yes, here it is. Okay, so I do have all of the things here that I need to make these heat shield tiles. So let's just do that on site. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it. And then I can build them up into with the girders and so on, and make the heavy composites. And we can ship both of those out together. Not together, but from different stations on different trains and so on, but sort of together. So I'm going to need some more rail like this, like that. And I'm going to need to make a copy of this station. And tiles, blueprint, down from here, and it comes across, where was it? About here, here we go. So put that. I didn't think I'd had the game open for long enough for it to autosave already, but yeah, we'll put that there. And then we'll put it there again once the stuff has been, once the tiles, once this stuff has been put down, like so. Apparently I don't have any space rail with me. That's unhelpful. I'll have to do something about that. Also going to need power. Let's put that there, actually. And line it up nicely with the underground, the appropriate belts. And sure, like that. Maybe I should have just put one of these over here, but never mind. Okay, so that's power for this. Oh, there's a... Okay. I see what I was doing here. So I'm wiggling the belt back and forth because there's the thermofluid output in the way. So, but if we do that, and we can put down a bit more of this, smaller, smaller, and then another one of these here. Right, there we go. Now we can dump all that out. And these need to be reprogrammed because these are going to be doing number 4 now. What are we missing there? Oh, we're missing the steel chests. Fine. Have I got steel on this outpost? I'm sure I have. I think I saw it up the top somewhere. I don't think I'm bringing it all the way down because no, here's some. So let's make some steel chests. And then these can start loading up. Now, are these all configured with the... Yes, they are like that. Okay, so now I need to go and get some rail so I can do that as well. And no, that. And then that'll allow me to pick up those material science packs. And I think I probably need to go up and do some programming at the top, but that's basically done now. So the next thing is going to be making those whatchamacallits, the heavy composites, I think they were called. Probably going to be in here. Yes, these ones, heavy composites. And that's going to require some heat shielding. So make this a bit bigger down here. I don't think it's going to need to be enormously bigger. That's probably going to be fine. Put that there. You're going to make heat shield with the... Let's use the iridium recipe because I've got iridium around here already. Oh, and we're also going to need stone tablets. So that goes there. Alright, I take it back. I do need a little bit more of this. But let's just put this down across here like this to be tidy. There. So iridium plates is this one. Now iridium girders, heavy girders, I'm pretty sure I'm already making somewhere. Here, in fact. I do love how easy the main bus system makes it to sort of just drag stuff around like this. So that's my, and then stone is the other thing I need. That wasn't far away. Here we go. That's not quite how this is supposed to work. Let's put another one of them in there, and then go underground for that. Down there, so stone and sulfur. Sulfur is going to be the tricky one, because which is not that tricky. There's just a belt here of it and coal. Bring that down here like this. We have the usual problem here where with the underneath these don't get put in or won't get put in automatically. We'll do that manually. It's not too much of a problem. Then down here, so yes, it was this one. This requires sulfur and what was it? Sulfur, iridium, and stone tablets. That should actually be one square further down, like that, so that stone tablets can come out like that. Then we have What do the heavy composites need? And, oh, they need 3 things. Alright, in that case I'm going to need to move this even further up. Or actually, a bit better idea, I'm going to move all of this a bit further down. Like that. And so that would then be just a belt going in like this. I'm running out of belts, of course, because I always am. But yeah, that's the basic sketch of what I'm going to put down. Oh, that's bricks, not just stone. Of course it is. So I need another thermodynamics facility like this. Is it there? No, it's one square lower than that. To make bricks that are going to come out like this. So, and this isn't big enough now to get the extra belt in across the bottom. Okay, let's go and get some more stuff so that I can actually build that up. The main 3 things I need are space rail, scaffolding, the scaffolding stuff, and loads and loads of belts. So let's just see what the bots bring me when I arrive. Ooh, hope shot. I don't think space rail is on my request list. No, it's not, but I can grab some out of there. Let's take quite a lot of that. There we go. That's lots of belts. I might as well just grab the this stuff manually. There we go. 3,000 of that. I need more belts than that. That's probably going to be enough, I think. Right, let's go and get that. Put that bit down. Then I can head over and start thinking about the final part with the actually making the science packs themselves, and trying to squeeze another station in up there. That's going to be the difficult bit of this, I suspect. All right, so down here, down here, we need a bit more of this, like that. It comes down here. Like that. Except that's not going to be right because there's the smaller one wherever the pipes are, but so this one, that's this one, I think. Pretty sure. It doesn't matter an enormous amount because I don't need any coolants down here, because this is as far as this is ever going to go. This is everything. This is the last type of material science pack, so I'm not going to put anything else down here. I don't think, but you never know, because this game always manages to surprise me. So I might find there's actually something else I need that I hadn't realised. But we'll see. Bricks, please. I don't know why I built this going upwards rather than going downwards. It just sort of happened. I put this machine down, and then everything else sort of flowed from there. So it feels a little bit odd, but I guess it means it's slightly closer to the railway lines up here. So maybe that's actually a good thing. Right, so that's the bricks. That's those things, yes. So now we need the iridium and the sulfur here. Iridium is pretty easy comparatively, so we'll do that one at the bottom like this. Try and line that up. There we go. Oh, it's this one that's the 4. And then this one is going to be slightly trickier because I'm going to need to filter it. So let's leave a little bit of space. I'll put in... That one can do the filtering. That one can do the filtering. That one can just split it off. So bring sulfur out from here. Sulfur is that one. No, actually it's going to the left. Then we need another set of these going across there like that. And that. Oh yeah, I need to put long inserts in here as well, like that and that. And then this one is demanding iridium plates and heavy girders. So the heavy girders are fairly easy. That's from here. The iridium plate, it would help if I hadn't just put this belt in the way, but let's do something about that. There we go. And that one in there. Alright, there we go. Now let's let that run for a minute and see where the shortages are in this system. And we also need, let's put down this track first, while I think of it, and then I'll need to put in the other track for the other station, the one that's going to be taking the heavy composites away. Okay, let the bots catch up as well. Just to float here while they do. Right. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pick this part up again because I'm going to need to extend it a little bit further to get the other one of these stations in. So I want to paste this again. We'll put it here, I think. And that goes there and that there. Put that in again. We'll run this the other way this time though, upwards, because it needs to come in from down here. So shrink this down. Put it like that. I have to admit, I'm really not quite sure why I'm doing all of the belts and things quite so neatly along here, with all of the underground in the right places and that sort of thing, because none of it is actually going to matter. But it feels wrong not to. I feel like I have to go in and do it properly because that's just, well, you know, doing it properly. Heavy composite that one. There we go. And in fact, let's leave the limits on these chests for now. I haven't made enough chests. Let's make some more chests. I'll leave the limits on those chests, I think, because it's enough for a train, and it stops it making quite so many. So let's look over here. Where's the limiting factor? Seems to be making these things. That is the slow part. So let's put in a few more of these machines, and copy all of that. Is that going to be enough stone slabs? I think it probably is, actually, given the way that's just pushed through. Like, yeah, it is easily enough. How many does this take? I didn't even look. It only takes 4. It takes 3 seconds to craft, but these things presumably take a while to build. Yeah, it's 10 seconds to make one of these. So, and this takes 4 and takes a third of the time roughly. So I'm going to need 12 of these. Jeez. Getting the exact ratio is probably a bit unnecessary, but I feel like I might as well try and get it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and an extra one because the ratios weren't spot on. I was just eyeballing it a little bit. It seems to be keeping up. Let's put down a faster exerter here as well, though, I think. Like that. I have forgotten signals over there, or I don't know, I've forgotten track as well. Yeah, so alright, let's put in a few more signals. We'll put one there and one there. That's the usual way I do this. And one on the side, one on the end, and then I suppose one up here somewhere, and probably up here, just to sort of split areas off a bit to do it sensibly. I think the most important place is, I think that's probably sufficient. We've got signals there and there to make sure that any train that's in the station isn't affecting the main line. We've got these ones to split it up into sections. So I think that's probably enough. You can't really realistically put anything in the middle here because of the crossover. I don't expect there to be a lot of trains coming down here because of the way we've got the all of these loopbacks here and here. So any trains that are going to any of these stations won't come all the way down here. They just don't need to. So that should be all right. And what was these? Heavy composite. Heavy composite pickup. There we go. And this is still churning through faster than these are coming in. Maybe I need yet another on the end. Actually, this is... Yeah, we've got a limiting factor here from the... Ooh, actually, we're not producing the bricks fast enough. That's interesting. I'm just going to speed module this one, I think, and possibly this one as well. Yeah, in a busier area it might be more important, but around here we're probably alright. I don't think I'm going to need heavy composites at this sort of rate, so I think this is going to be a case of filling up the buffers, and once we've produced enough that the whole system is happy, then it'll just be enough. We won't be able to use them up as fast as we're producing them, so that should be alright. How are we doing up here? How many have we got? We've got 316. That's not very many, but it's an acceptable number given these things tend to be quite slow. And again, you don't tend to use them in particularly high quantities. So, or at least I'm not using them in particularly high quantities at the moment because of the rate I'm doing research at, which is apparently 0. So once the station fills up, I think everything should be absolutely fine. So let's leave this now, head up north, and we'll go in and put in the bits that actually make the science packs. Now I haven't got any. Oh yes, I have got a space manufacturer with me. That's handy. So up here, we need to start summoning the tier 4 packs. So that's you. You're to ask for tier 4, tier 4, tier 4. Those ones. Yep, there we go. And paste. And then we need to tell the station to ask for them as well. So we say tier 4 minus 500 because that's what I'm using everywhere else. Good. So they'll come along. They'll come along this belt. They'll go onto the top side of this one. They'll come along here. We can turn them into insights if we need to, or if and when I ever get round to upgrading everything to the top tier, which I think actually could be now. Come to think of it, I just don't know where I put in the extra memory card, so I think I might just leave that on tier 3 for now. Then along here we've got the tier 3s coming around here, being fed up to here. So this now can be told to make science packs tier 4, like that. It'll pull in those. We'll have the catalogues coming in here. That's already done. We've got the insights and the significant data there. So, but it does need an inserter. And it's got an excerter there. So that's everything now except for these heavy composites and the material catalogues. That was easy. That will then come down onto here, onto this belt. Where it all pours out down here. Yeah, nearly all the work has been done up here. I just need to find a way of getting the heavy composites in, which would be on this. No. Yeah, should be going up this belt here. So what I've done before is yes, I can't talk. What I've done before is built up the things on site. So we've got the iridium plates coming in here. Then we've got this one making the iridium girders, the heavy girders. This one making heavy bearings because all that only required lube, and maybe I already had that. Maybe I shipped it in. I can't really remember. But this one is going to be a little bit more complicated. We're going to need to ship them up, probably along another belt somewhere around here. Now there isn't a space left. Why have I got low density structures on there? Have I got confused? No, it's heavy composites here. Yeah, I think this belt here is supposed to be bringing in the heavy composites. It needs a bit of detangling and spaghettiing through everything else that's going on up here. I don't know how I'm going to get it through. There's a lot of belts going on in it. I suppose I can put some underground belts in here. That's not too bad. And hop through. Move those up a square each. Yeah, but this shouldn't be low density structures. This should be heavy composites. And then this can ask for the heavy composites. There. I don't know how many of these are going to go to a... let's have a look how many... Actually, let's look the easy way. That's not the way I was looking for. No, it's that one, yes. So I've set up one of these. It's 50 per stack. What? Oh! Huh. I didn't set up any meteorite defences in Kalidas orbit. That was dumb. Yeah, I should probably do that. What else stacks to 50? So I can get the numbers right. How about you? What do you stack? You stack to 20. So it needs to be 2.5 times the number of iridiums. So 2.5 times that is 500. Conveniently, I happened to pick the right number. Yeah, those stack to 50 as well. Okay, so good. That's going to bring in the heavy composites once they're ready. Now I just need to spaghetti this through. So I do actually want it at this level, so it's in the right place. So let's see where I can do that, and then it would have to come up here. But then I can put that there and do this. There we go. That's not too bad actually. I was expecting that to be a lot more difficult. Need seal across that hole and across there. And then we're putting a belt like that. And along to here. And up here. There. Job done. Right, so that now should just start working once the facility down the bottom has built up all of the stuff that's needed for this. That should just start working. I suspect I'm going to need to come along and put some speed modules in these machines here, because I don't think they're going to be fast enough to keep up. But I'm going to save that problem for later, when I can come along and actually see everything running in full flow and work out how much extra stuff is required. What's this belt? This belt appears to be nothing. It is in fact literally nothing. There's nothing at either end of it. So I think I'm just going to pull this up. Since it's not doing anything. And I can probably use the belts more effectively somewhere else. And I could certainly have used the space more effectively somewhere else. I could have brought that along here and straight in there. But yeah, never mind. What does it matter? That's all plumbed up now, I think. Hopefully correctly. And then down here at the other end, yeah, it'll come along here. We've got this splitter here that's going to separate them out. And so we're going to have them come down here. This one is watching for, Science Pack 4 being less than 30. So I think that should work. That should just feed it into the sushi system as soon as it arrives. And job's a good one. So, yes, that is kind of done. I hesitate to just use the word done and finished and stuff like that because it's not tested yet. Down here we've got the 396 of these. Why has this stopped? It hasn't stopped, it just takes a while to make them all. Okay. This one is still... Oh, there's a shortage of iridium coming through. Great. Is that just not enough machines turning ingots into plates? I bet it is. Yeah, this needs to be increased. Okay, we'll head down and do that, because up until now I've not really been using iridium in those sort of quantities, so it hasn't been a problem. But given that it now clearly is a problem, let's go and fix it. Here, have I gone past? Yes, I've gone past. Here. Some of this. Yeah, it'll do. Dump, 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 dump. Is that excessive? I don't know. We definitely didn't have enough before. We should definitely have enough now, I hope. There's lots and lots of machines making it, so we'll see how that goes. The other question is whether the output from all of these machines will fit onto just one side of the belt. I may need to put a side swapper in there. We should wait and see though. That seems to be all right at the moment though. I think we're okay, and that's quintupled the amount of iridium I'm producing. So yeah, I think that's probably going to be all right. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, or as I was saying in the video description rather, last time I was playing, I got the material science up and tier 4 catalogues up and running, and I needed to do the science park part of it. So I've done that. Why has the station got a silly name? Loop of Science. That's a silly name as well, but it'll have to do. So the next thing to do is to think about the tier 4 Astro and what's the other one? Energy sciences. These two. There we go. These two. And these require me to launch these satellite probes. For this one, for the Astro, they need to be launched from an asteroid field. We get the asteroid data and we can feed that into Making Science Pack 4. For energy, they need to be launched from a star. You need to get star probes. You need to launch them from a solar orbit. To get these solar data cards, will then be fed into these science packs. So that means I need to start making the probes for these things and start making the and start launching them. So in a previous episode, I started building up a long time ago. Actually, I then got distracted. I started building up this facility over here. This is so far just a drop-off station and possibly a power plant. And the idea of this is that it's going to is from here upwards. I'm going to build the actual probes that fly out and do things. Oh, we've got too much water on Norvis. Well, I suppose I should look at that now. Yeah, so we're going to make the probes. Let's look at probe and see what we find. Right, here we go. So I'm going to make the spaceship probe rockets, the things that fly the probes out. I'm going to make the asteroid belt probes, the star probes, and then I'm going to take a couple of these probe rocket silos out to far-flung places, and then set up a system of spaceships to take out the probe rockets and the probes and launch them and bring the science back. Should all be relatively straightforward, probably. We'll see how that goes. But first, I've just been alerted that I've got too much water on Norvis, which is strange because I thought I got that set up to be dealt with. Yes, here we're getting an obnoxious noise because these tanks are virtually full. Now the tanks shouldn't fill up like that because last time I put in a station up here that's supposed to be requesting water and then just pumping it through at crazy rates. Do I need to come in and put tanks on all of these to stop it pumping the water when there's water to come through from here? Because I've got the feeling it's not being used quite as quickly as it might be. Also, it looks like these things aren't using a great deal of water. We're obviously not using very much power on Norvis at the moment. No, we're only using 400 megawatts only, because I guess everything's asleep. I'm not sure why everything would be asleep. I guess maybe we're not doing very much at the moment. This is all completely backed up because, well, I say completely backed up. It's not backed up, it's just moving slowly. Because, I don't know why. Oh, because we're full of water, that's why. Alright, let's just ditch the water. It's not the right way to deal with it, but yeah, there are something's going a bit funny there, so I think I just want to get rid of it and just to get things moving as quickly as possible. It's a shame you can't just pour water straight back into the lakes. Especially as I think this lake over here will probably end up being cleaner because of it. Right, how are we doing here with the iridium? Because that was one of the things I wanted to give it a moment to catch up and then have a look at it and see how it was doing. A lot of it is being turned into heavy girders here, and all the rest of it is being turned into things that are hidden from the radar down here. Let's double the number of these machines I've got running here because this clearly isn't enough. And this is why I leave all this space for these things. There we go. Copy. All of that goes there. Then the next thing to do is going to be to work out at what point I need to put the belt side swapping thing in, because this is I'm pretty sure this is going to be enough machines to overwhelm one side of the belt. So I want to make sure that I get this working properly. So let's see. Watch this go along here, see at what point the belt just gets completely filled up. I mean, the belt might not get completely filled up, actually. It didn't look that full before. If you told me it was less than half full, I would probably have believed you. So we've got a big full chunk there, but that didn't have any trouble outputting, and nor did that one. So whilst we are getting some nice long lines of it like that, I think we're still not actually producing a full half belt. Blimey. Okay, let's have another 2 units of this. Like so. We'll see how that is. If that isn't enough, then I'm going to double it again, but probably either on top or underneath, whichever. I think we're assuming these are probably fast enough. I suppose I could use boilers to void the water. It feels dirty and wrong and stuff, so I don't really want to. But that said, it's better than having the water overflowing, not overflowing, filling up and causing problems. There we go. That's a full half. That's now basically a full half belt. I might have gone slightly overboard, but never mind. It's still no. The ones at the end are still managing to output at least some of their iridium, so I think that's probably good. Okay, let's flit down there and put a stick in the radar that should be down there and isn't. Like, I suppose I'll just put it in right at the bottom because I can't go any further than this. There we go. So how are we doing? Yeah, so these heavy girders are keeping up with the rate I'm using them at, I think. The iridium is now also keeping up. Excellent. I think I've managed to get to the point where I've managed to find a new equilibrium where everything is happy. Good. Yeah, even these machines are keeping up. Great. Okay, so I think that's probably now okay. It's just a case of waiting and waiting and waiting for this machine here to produce enough of these scale composites. No, what are they called? Heavy composites, and fill up a train over here, which is going to take a while. We've got like 351 now. Oh dear. But as long as I go off and find something else interesting to do, then it doesn't really matter. True, manufacturing would be quite good. Come think of it, it's bigger, but it does run a lot faster. It runs at speed 10, I think, whereas these run at speed 1.25, 8. So it's 8 times faster. Yeah, all right. I should have I should have put in some manufacturers instead. That would have been a much better idea. I've only got one in my pockets though, so yeah. Right. How much damage did we take on Kalida's orbit? That's something I should probably look at. Yeah, that's clearly, yes, that rock fell out of the sky and stuff picked up damage. So I need to have meteorite defense guns here as well. Um, what's the best way to do that? I've got a supply of iron down here, but that's not going to be particularly useful. There's a tiny supply of stone. I think it would need copper and coal or oil as well. So this isn't going to. I can't make this completely self-sufficient. We're going to need to ship in a huge quantity of the ammunition by spaceship, leave it here in the guns, and then just leave them ready to fire, which is a bit annoying. But c'est la vie, I suppose. It's what I'm going to have to do. But I'm not going to do it just yet. I'll do it when I go back out there again, I think. So let's go over here and have a bit of a think about probes. If you pardon the expression. Okay, so let's have a look at probes again. Right, so probe rockets require cargo rocket sections, which we kind of have up here actually. I should set up a train system that's able to bring cargo rocket sections over here. Rocket fuel we have as a there is some of it around. Again, not on the rail network, but I think I can do. I can fix that. Aeroframe scaffolds, that just means bring beryllium in. Holmium solenoids, that's holmium and plastics, that's okay. I can do that. And iridium is iridium. That's not too difficult. Oh, in fact, I've already started. I've already programmed all of this up for it. So let's see, that's cargo rocket sections. It's not the solid fuel. That's the aeroframe scaffold. Those are the holmium solenoids. That's the iridium plates. So we do also need to bring in. Well, we've got a bit of a choice here. So looking over here, which is where I've got all the fluid shenanigans going on, I am still making oil from. I'm still making the oils from coal, which isn't the most efficient way to do it, but it's set up and it's working, and it was better when I didn't have spaceships, so I'm kind of tempted to just leave it. Then up somewhere, up here, we are making rocket fuel, We have liquid rocket fuel being piped around everywhere now from the supply that's coming up from Asalia, though, so that's making that a bit easier. But in here, this was where we were making the rocket fuel before. So we need what I'm planning to do is set up another little system to make that. No, what do we have? We have light oil being shipped around potentially. I want to use it as an overflow for the petroleum gas if that becomes a problem. I don't think it will become a problem because I think it gets used up by everything else faster than it's the other ones do. So I could just ship light oil over there and then turn that into rocket fuel on site. Let's give that a shot. So we'll pull up this bit in its entirety, like that. And we'll stick in a pump, like so, and a tank on the other side of it. Will that fit? No. And by a tank, I actually mean two, because it's bad luck to have only a single tank. We need to put in some of this cable, so that also needs to go from there to there and there. Then we can say I also want to have minus 25,000 light oil, I guess, like so. And then these will all get brought out here when I turn the station on. In fact, let's turn the station on now, because I'm pretty sure I've got all of that stuff correct. Fairly sure, reasonable. You know, there's a chance. Might have done it properly. First time for everything. So we'll set that there. Now we'll have all of this stuff come in, except the rocket parts, because they're not being put on a train yet. I need to do that. Then we can have pipes going across from here, like so. And let's start thinking about the ingredients for these probe rockets. So, a probe rocket. And the fact that you can make an entire rocket in one thing is quite impressive. And you can even make it in an assembly machine. It's a big job though. It's going to take 80 seconds to craft it. So I think I will use a manufactory for this. But let's get all the other things that we need first. So we're going to need to turn all of these into plates firstly. So let's do that. I'm running out of these things, assembly machines. So it's inserter, belt, inserter, belt, inserter. Just run a input belt like that. Which one's which? Okay, your beryllium, you can just come straight in there, like that. Nobody needs beryllium nobody ever needs beryllium for anything other than in any form other than plates. I'm fairly sure. This one's holmium, so that can come straight in like that. And the next one, yes, the next one is iridium. That's convenient. Let's bring that across there. I'm running out of bloody everything, even inserters. Sigh. Yeah, so that was the beryllium. Beryllium. That was holmium. That was iridium. Alright, some undergrounds are going to be required here. There. Oh, and a beryllium train has arrived. That's convenient. Brilliant. Okay, so now let's turn the let's start making the beryllium. We'll make beryllium cables first. Sorry, holmium cables first, and then make the holmium solenoids. Which require holmium solenoids is holmium and holmium plate, and yeah. So this one here is going to be holmium plate and plastic. This one's holmium, so I can put in a splitter. I suppose that'll do. Whew, house is warm today. So I accidentally, well, no, I won't say accidentally. I left a window open earlier because I was charging the battery in my car up, and that means the house is now significantly warmer than it normally is. So I'm kind of toasty. Yes, an open window means the house is warmer than normal, because that's how things work. Okay, so that's my rocket sections. Good. Okay. I'm running out. Yep, run out. Right, let's have a look. How are we doing? So we've got the rocket sections coming in by train, so that we'll have those. We need to make the rocket fuel. I need to turn the beryllium into aeroframe scaffolds, and then we're done. So that's poles and plates, isn't it? Yes. Okay. So we need. Yeah, running out of space again. All right, we need to get back on a shopping trip. Put that there though. Beryllium will be needed up here. That'll make the poles, and then we'll link that here to make the frame scaffold, whatever they're called, the sort of the bendy beryllium things that go into that. I'll pick up a couple of fuel refineries as well while I'm over here. Can you use fuel refineries in space? How do you make fuel? Oh yeah, you can. All right. So I'm going to need fuel refineries, which is that one. 10 may be overkill, but let's just see what I get brought. Should be enough for that. Belts. That's probably enough of those. Have I been brought fuel refineries? I have been brought fuel refineries. Excellent. I'm going to take another couple of space manufacturers if I can find the machine that's making them. Or, if I just request the damn things. Because I think I'm going to want to start making some of the bigger things in the manufactories just because it seems like a good idea. These flights across the map are getting longer and longer with each extra thing each extra outpost I say outpost, each extra bit I put on my space station. Maybe I should start building the other way instead. I don't want to build. I mean, I could perfectly well build up or down. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I did get some more inserters. Okay, that's not too bad then. Poles, and then more of this. And the aeroframe scaffolds, that's what they're called. Right. And next up was the fuel refineries. Doop. So we need to take in the so that recipe I'm going to do. Okay, so we need to take in light oil to make solid fuel, like so. and then we need to turn that and light oil into the I did. So yes, ages ago I had over here. Yes, I had some pipes coming up from there up to about here that were making rocket fuel and then liquefying it to put into the rocket and spaceships. However, I have since removed that because I had the liquid rocket fuel coming through from Asalia from these tanks, and so I thought, this is a much better way of producing it. I don't need those machines anymore, so I pulled them up. And it was never on the train network anyway, so it wouldn't really have worked. So I need to put in a belt like this. Hey Mark, welcome. Don't worry, you've not missed too much. I've got I think I've got what do you call it? Material Science 4. Oh, I don't think so. I've got no. So the rocket science data is being brought up from Norvis still because I overproduced a little bit. I've turned the system off down there that's producing these now, so I will eventually need to start making these up here as well. But I thought I sort of procrastinated and put it off because I didn't actually need it because I've got such a large supply of these things coming up from orbit, coming up from the ground. Sorry. So no, I don't currently have any of. I'm pretty sure I don't currently have any of the stuff for. Uh, Apparently, I don't have any of the stuff for making complete sentences either. I don't have any of the stuff for making the probe rockets built up yet. I am fairly sure. I mean, it's the sort of thing I wouldn't put it past me to be wrong about, but I don't think I'm wrong. All right, how can I do this without making a horrible mess of everything? Probably like this. So I want some long pipes coming up from down here. I keep forgetting I've got these long pipes. No. There we go. In fact, I might as well use one going across here as well. That'll probably fit. Oh yeah, like a glove. Close enough. Alright, now run that around like that, and we can put some underground belts in. This is a design I've done before, so I'm reasonably used to it. We seem to run out of power though, let's have a bit more of that. Oh, I see what you mean. Over here, you think I'm making... Oh, yes, I am. I am making rocket fuel here. Oh, well. Never mind. To be honest, I think it's probably not going to be... I could put in a station for picking it up from here and sending it over there. I think, to be honest, especially at this point now that I've built it all, it's going to be just as easy to produce it on site here. So I might as well. But yes, I'd completely forgotten that existed and that it was in use for that. Thank you for pointing it out. I apologise for being derpy and not noticing and not realising what you're talking about. And yeah. Right. So that's all of the that is now, I believe, all. Oh, and rocket parts. While I was over there setting that up, I should have. So getting more stuff. I should have set this up as well, but I didn't. Okay, so we need. I was going to use a manufactory for this because it's big and fast, and I think that's what we want from here. So we feed in all the stuff there. And here we want to make the probe rockets. So where are they going to be? There they are. How many inputs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's do this just because I want to. I don't want to use long-handled inserters because they're slow, and I don't think it's going to matter in this particular context. But I think I'd like to make sure I'm try and make sure I'm doing things as efficiently as possible, just in case I do end up needing a lot of these rockets fairly quickly. Right, so next one is these things. That can come up to here. Then these ones. And then it was just these, wasn't it? It was it was the iridium plates. It wasn't anything particularly special with iridium. Shove them in there. And then that's everything but the cargo rocket parts. Good. These will now come out of here and they will be loaded into various spaceships. We'll worry about that in a moment. Okay, so the next thing is go back to probes. So what I'm going to, so as I was saying earlier, I'm going to have a spaceship taking out the probe rockets and the either the asteroid belt probes or the star probes off to wherever they're required. So we're going to need to make those here as well. Oh, good grief. Okay, that's quite a lot of stuff. I'm going to do the solar ones first, even though that's even worse. Right. So we've already got the holmium solenoids. Flat solar panels are being made over on the other side of the base. Rocket fuel is being made here. Rocket control units are not. They're being brought into the base, but not really put into the system. I think I might just set up a special train for these three, because they're things that all exist over on the other side, but aren't being loaded into the train properly. Aren't on the train network, so they're not going to get brought over automatically. But I can load them into a train using the logistics network, which is a bit dirty, but I think that's probably going to be the best way to do it. Rocket fuel Holman solenoids are being made here, so that's fine. Blank data cards, I'm just going to have to bring in by train. Okay, let's go and do that then. And while I'm over there, I'll also set up a train. Ooh, I could set up. No, I'll set up a train with the rocket parts separately as well. That can be on LTN because it might as well be. So around here somewhere, what I want to do, yes, from here. What's going on here? Why is that's obviously got jammed up with something? Ah, okay, so I've already done that. That's what this is for. So we'll load them in there. Oh, I bet I know what happened. One of the pods will have come through and, yeah, got stuck in there like that. So what I need to do then is put this like that. That's not going to work. Oh, it will actually when this empties. Probably. I have this sneaking suspicion that these rocket sections are going to pile up and pile up and pile up here, and I'm never going to actually take them anywhere where I should. Because this rocket here is absolutely full of stuff, but isn't going anywhere with it. So, because I'm not really using rockets anymore. Oh well, I guess. I need to somehow. There we go, that'll do, actually. I think. Yeah, that should do. Have that. Oh, okay, don't have them. That's full as well. I forget. Well, it's shocking just how undense these things are. The rocket sections. They just fill up really, really quickly. Okay, so now we need another one of these sort of trains. Where have I got room for this? Somewhere that's in the logistics network. So somewhere that's covered in orange, basically. What's this? Oh, that's yeah. Okay, that's that one. I don't want to put it on the same line as this because they'll clash. Where's a good? I've built myself into a bit of a corner. Actually, I could pull up one of these that's coming in by yeah. So here, this one could be yeah. I could put something in over here. All right, I'll have to do because there's an empty space, so therefore we can build here. And here we put in, okay, we don't have any requester chests, so I'll need to, but I can do this by like that. And what was it? It was rocket control modules, that's them, and heat shield tiles, I remember. I can remember things, I promise. And the other ones. Thank you. So I want you to request 10 to a stack, so I could put 400 in there. Let's request 300. No, let's request, yeah, let's request 300. And let's request heat shield 50 per stack, so that's 2,000. 500 is probably going to be enough, actually. Then I guess I shall make an extra train here. A train of weirdness, unfortunately. Don't really like having to do this, but stop it. Yeah, I didn't really think that one all the way through. Fuel, have some fuel. Let's oops, fall off the world. Move this forward slightly like that. Now here I want to turn the first row into rocket control units like this. Yes, that's good. Don't want those in there. And then I want the second row to be heat shield tiles, like so. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Meant to do that, but I didn't think my cunning plan all the way through. You can have all of those. I need to get rid of these rocket parts somewhere. Can't get rid of them here. Oh, I could just dump them in here, actually, and then they'll go out onto the belts and be dealt with automatically. Okay, so now I need a station at the other end for that to unload into. And I need to wire that up to automatically request at the appropriate times, but that's fairly straightforward. I suspect I'm going to want more things for the other probes, actually. So for this, yes, uranium fuel cells we're going to need to get up here somehow. So let's move the train. Am I in? No. Why can I not? Have I move the train? Right. So we're going to also want some uranium fuel cells. This is going to be tricky to program. I'll just have to do it manually, like that. Rocket control units I've already got. Solid fuel's already over there. Aeroframe bulkheads. No, that's just made out of. Oh, I'm going to need low density structures. Okay, that's all right. All of that is stuff I can summon. Oh, solar panels. I forgot the solar panels. I think yes. I don't like using LTN for the sort of the weird setups as like this one basically, because I feel it's more reliable to have a specialist train for specialist things. There we go. Okay, so that's uranium fuel cells, which don't exist up here. I'm going to need to find a way of bringing them up here, which is rather annoying. 300. Any thoughts on the best way to do that? I could build them up here, except that I don't have the heavy uranium being brought up at the moment, so we can't really do that. No, not 20, 200. That's this one. No, this one. So I think I might try and find a way of making them on Norvis and then shipping them up here. I think that's probably going to be the best way to do it. No, not that. Can't click in a straight line. There we go. Right, so we'll load the train up with all of this stuff as it comes in. Have I got that right? Yep, 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 yep. Okay, so that's everything. I think that's everything I need for all of those probes now, except that I'm not going to get any of the fuel cells, and I don't think the rocket parts are working for some reason. There's no radar over here. I have a feeling that the rocket parts aren't working for some reason. Let's see if I can find them. Oh, and I should rename the station as well. MISC for probes. Rocket parts are down here. Where's the extra belt I put in? Somewhere. Come on, say faster. Was it you? No, it's not you. Oh, right, that's what that is. Come on, oh, here we go. This. Ah, that's not connected up there. That's why. So link that to. I said link that to there. There we go. Now a train should turn up here almost fairly quickly, I think. He says optimistically. I guess we'll see. So yes, the nuclear fuel cells. What I think I need to do is start supplying those. Oh, this is going to be a mess. So down on Norvis, sure, I'm making. Oh, okay, that's all right. Sure, I'm making them over here. I'm making quite a lot of them over here, in fact, and they're going up to power this power station. What's going on here? Why are you still burning? Oh. The disconnect between navsat mode and navsat in map mode is still quite frustrating. Right, you should not be running at the moment. You should be on enable disable, as should you. I could have sworn I fixed these a little while ago. Maybe it was when I was recording a video and I didn't actually fix it. No, I haven't really replenished logistics robots. I think I had a handful that I shoved in there because I had them. But basically, no, the logistics robots in orbit are not really. There aren't really very many of them. I probably should bring some up. You're quite right. Yeah, I guess so. First, this is my previous concern though. How do I get these from here over to here and put them in this spaceship? I am not sure what the answer is for that. The obvious answer is a train. So I could have a train fill up with them, a train park sort of around here somewhere probably. This belt could be split here to go up there to the train, load the train up, and I could do it from there. That'd be reasonably straightforward. It's a large buffer though, which is a shame. How many of them am I going to need? So an asteroid belt probe takes 10. Okay, so quite a lot. Not to expect to need enormous numbers of asteroid belt probes, given that I believe they produce like 1,000 data cards for each one you deploy. Still, let's not worry about that for now because I'm not doing the asteroid belt probes at the moment. So let's just leave that and call that a problem for a later time. I haven't got the flat solar panels either. That also, though, is a problem for a later time, I think, because... Yes, they're the ones for the asteroid probe. Okay. I'll worry about that later. Go here. And then just wait there. It's a little quicker going by train. Yeah, so I'm going to need to head down to Norvis at some point and get logistics robots and get probably and get a supply of nuclear fuel cells coming up here as well, because I keep finding that there's problems with that. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. There we go. Oh, so pressing J does put it in manual mode. It just jumps you out and with your jetpack as well. Oh right, that's another reason to worry about logistics bots. Great. Oh well. Right. So there we go. There's that. There's that. Up here, I'm going to need another one of these. Okay, let's put that radar in since I've just been reminded of it. We'll put one down here because there's plenty of power there, and then we'll put one further up north when we need it. Okay, so let's take a copy of this. I'm probably not going to need the fluid sides of this, but it'll do for it's a convenient amount of stuff to copy for now. So we can tweak it as necessary. So I'm going to put this in up here. That and that there as well. Okay, so I don't need any of these things from here, thank you very much. But what I do need... No, wait, this is the miscellaneous drop-off station, isn't it? Okay. Although I might use LTN on this as well, come to think of it. Oop, don't go that way. Go this way. I estimated that rather well. I'm quite impressed with myself. Go. Right. Okay, so from here we need to... I don't think we need any liquids for this station. I've run out of those again. Right, so what have you got? You've brought flat solar. You brought rocket module things. And you brought heat shield tiles. Okay, so fill their belts up like that. Good. Now I want to shuttle backwards and forwards between... What was it called? MISC somewhere. MISC for probes. Wait there for... it's never going to get to a full cargo. So let's say wait there for a minute. And then sit here until the cargo until it's empty. Right, that's good. Let's wipe those because I'm not using them at the moment. So that's everything I need, I believe, for the first probe type. So let's bring that over to the rest of the bus. Which I've massively overshot here. Let's bring the rest of the bus up to it as well. So how are we numbering things here? I'm not sure I really am, because I just sort of slapped all of this down a bit carelessly and a bit thoughtlessly, which is probably unwise, and I'm probably going to regret it fairly soon. But we've got a gap here, so we'll use this as the actual bus thing, except that's in... Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll just shove this in anywhere and worry about it later and regret it fairly soon. So yeah, let's start the bus with these. I'm going to have 6 things come up here. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then anything else that comes up from below can go across here like that. So that belt goes to there. That's a good point, yeah. What I should actually do is have the time set the other way round. So, or have it sit for a time. Sorry, I think I concentrated and didn't say anything. Right, so what I should have it do is I should have this station needs to close when it's got everything that it needs from here so that the train doesn't come. That's how I should be doing this. So we'll say, if anything is if anything is less than 0, then output 1 tick. There we go. Then we wire it up to here and we say, we need to wire it up first. That to there, that to no, there. Come on, that to there. We're just using it as a station here. So we say we say set train limit to tick. If anything is less than 0, yeah, okay, so that's right. So here we've got nothing is less than 0 because I removed them all. So I want to have in the station, let's say I want to have, where are they? 100 of these. Let's say 200, 100 of these. 100 of these, sure. Heat shield tiles. Let's go for 200 of those because they stack a bit higher. And then I'll do the same on the other side as well eventually. So now, yeah, that should be turned on again. I can see some yellow lights on it, so it looks like it is. And here comes the train again, I think. Probably. I don't think anything else is running at the moment, so it should be this one. How have I programmed it? Have I programmed it remotely correctly? Yeah, so that's basically correct. We can now try and fill up everything over here. And at the moment, it's going to struggle to do so because it's not bringing remotely enough of everything over. But after about 1 million runs back and forth, then it should be good to go. Can I have control of my character, please? There we go. Oh, hello, Al. Welcome. Right, so I'm working gradually towards making star probes at the moment. So we've got the heat shielding coming in, we've got the rocket control units coming in, we're making solid rocket fuel here, we're making holmium, we've got that coming in, we need blank data cards, so I need another one of these stations. Let's put that... I'm going to put it further down because I'm being lazy. Let's put this station in here. Like that, and that. Oh, there's a track in the way. Oh, great. I can probably move that up a little bit, actually, like this. There we go. Yes, I could if I didn't run out of track. That's a problem. No. Nope. There we go. Because that train's actually running, so I want that one to, to work. So that presumably comes down there like that. Yeah. Okay. So one of the things this one is to summon. Get rid of all of these. I'm going to want a lot of blank memory cards coming in here, so we'll have some of those. I think they stack pretty highly, so that should be okay. And here we'll set that to memory cards as well. Like that. Then we can start summoning those, but I need to get some more rail first before that'll work. And I think that's all of the things I need. These solar panels are coming through very, very slowly. That's hopeless, but eventually they'll catch up, I think. Right, so we'll put in one of these. Let's try and get it in line with that one, you know, for neatness and stuff. Go there. A bit more scaffolding. Right, so you're going to make the probe, the actual solar probes, those things, star probes in fact. And I'm going to try and make sure I get all of the things I need in. Okay, so we need both of these. And again, let's do the thing where I... No, bring the belts in like that. There we go. The question is, am I going to need any of this stuff anywhere else? Or can I just bring it all... You just use the things here. Let's... I'm not sure, so I'll do it properly. There we go. That's first two ingredients. That's that one and that one. So I also need the solenoids and the heat shields. So I need the solenoids. So they come from down here. Let's put that there. Go like that. And I'm going to need rocket fuel as well. That's this one. What Muppet built this, honestly? Actually, let's go up there like that. I think you're probably right, but I'm just putting it all in for the sake of... I don't know the sake of what, but the sake of something. Alright, let's do this here the easy way then. And we'll find out later if I actually needed to split those or not. There we go. So that's... I haven't got the heat shield tiles yet. I've got those, got those, got those, got those. Memory cards. Just in case. And then the memory cards, which are going to come in on this train here. And we're going to bring them across from here. Like that. I've arbitrarily put them on that belt, so they can come up here. That's working conveniently well. And then we'll put in a splitter here at the top. Okay, that should then bring me everything I need up to here. Put one of those there, 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 and an output there. It's going to need to go out there somehow. Right, this is going to need to be a stack inserter actually, because we're going to be putting in 1,000 memory cards off that belt, so that's going to take quite a long time to run. Is that train actually empty? Yes, it is. Yeah, you're quite right. I do need a lot more logistics bots up here. Maybe when that train comes back again, I'll program it a little bit better to have a bit more stuff. Yeah, I say sake of consistency, and then I just go in and make a horrible snarl of things like I did here. But oh well, it can only bite me a little bit, right? I can only regret it completely and utterly. One of those machines is not working. There we go. I should speed things up a bit. Why are you so slow? Oh, not enough holmium coming through. That's easily fixed, at least. So 5 of those instead. The rest of them seem to be keeping up quite happily. This seems to be a very holmium intensive operation. The rest of it, not so much. Okay, so I need some rail to finish this bit off, and then we should be okay. I think that should have all of the stuff I need. I'm sort of thinking I don't like having this station down here because it doesn't fit. I'm going to get rid of that again, despite having just put it in. I'm going to put it in above because that way I can use it to bring in the extra stuff that I need for the other type of probes as well. That's a fair point. They are incredibly expensive in memory cards. Oh, there's that train. I wanted to stop it. Missed it. Never mind. I'll come around again. That's very true. That's going. Yeah. So this is going to be probably millions. No, not a million, but tens and hundreds of thousands of memory cards blocked up on this belt. That's a very good point. Yeah. Maybe I'll use logistics bots for this, actually. So if we have that unload into a... Okay, storage chest will do, I guess. And we say we want you to connect to the logistics network and only pass across... Where are probes? That's a satellite. I shall use the search function because that's what it's there for. Oh, they are in here. Okay. Star probes. When it's less than 20. Still 20,000. 10. I don't know. I'm not sure how many I want to put in there. I might do this. I think actually in that case, I should do the same here with the probe rockets. They might not be as expensive, but there's no point in having enormous numbers of them. Probe rocket. Probe rocket? Probe rocket. Less than 40. Then I of course need to have a roboport in here, covering yes both of those, which you can do from not there, there. And we'll get some logistics bots for this from somewhere. Oops, where are they going? Oh, to dismantle that. That wasn't what I meant to do. That was not what I meant to do at all. Oh, for goodness sake. Fine. Give me my robots back. Can I claim tiredness? Because I'm sure I'm not normally quite this dopey when I'm playing this game. I want to put some logistics bots in there. I don't have any. We'll just have to deal with that later. And I want a... Do I have any deconstruction planners set up? I do not. Let's put one in here. And program it to pick up tiles. Those ones. Give that back. What? No. What? No. That's not what you're supposed to do. Tiles, just those. Yeah. Now it works. I'm not sure what I did wrong the first time. Sure it was something daft, though. Right, so I now need another station up here to bring in the memory cards. That's that one. Station looks like that. Goes in here. Oh yeah, need more rail. Forgot about that. Oh no, let's leave that one in there. Then we can at least stop the train, get the train stuck in there. I did set the tile behaviour, it just didn't work. I think. It's possible I did it wrong. Right, you are summoning memory cards, minus 1,000, and that's all we've got configured for now. Right, so this one, let's tell it to bring a few more of these each time. Because I wanted to fill up with something. so that I can tell it to wait until it's got completely full cargo before it sets off. Let's fine, fill it up with this stuff because it's cheap. Oh, okay. I don't. Oh, nope, I don't have enough for that. I could do if I pull that up there. No, I don't. I shall race the train. Wow, the train is actually fast. Oh no, once I get up to speed, we're with exactly the same speed. Probably because we're both powered by rocket fuel. Oh no, actually I'm slightly faster. It's probably because I've got so many jetpacks in my thruster suit. All right, give me some of that, and also some of them. Oh, I can't grab the I can from over there. There we go. Yeah, I definitely. When I go back down to Norvis again, I'm definitely going to need to bring some more logistics bots up with me. The next question is, how am I going to fuel the spaceship that's doing this? Now, it doesn't need to land, so that means it doesn't need to have rocket fuel on it. So what I think I'm going to do is just bring a container or two of what do we call it? The what is it called? The ion stuff. Ion stuff. Yes, that's a good name. And use that because yeah, that goes such a long way. I don't need to worry about heavy logistics for all that sort of stuff. I can just bring over a train load every couple of days and it'll be fine. Yes, blue clouds, that's the one, thank you. I'm glad that's catching on because it is the best description of them. These are going to be needed for both, so I shall split here. Do that. Right. Nearly there. Oh, this is going to. I'm going to put fluids in on this one actually. This can be where the blue clouds come to. That's a roboport, not a tank. They look vaguely similar. Pump, pump, pump. Tank. So now I can summon, yes, those and blue clouds to minus 25,000. Where are they? Here, blue clouds. Right. I might as well hook this up so that it starts summoning all the stuff I need, because there's no point in just leaving it there, twiddling its proverbials, twiddling its stationary bits. And then, is that yeah, that should be. Could that really be everything to make at least some? Oh, what? There isn't. Oh, there's. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I knew that was going to happen eventually. It happened sooner than I expected it to. I was expecting 3 rocket fuel or whatever it was I put in there to last a bit longer than that. Fortunately, I have a plan. That's to come down here. Put an extra bit in across here like this. And then put a splitter in down. What was getting destroyed? Norvis. What? That shouldn't happen. Stuff like that shouldn't get destroyed on Norvis. It was okay. So it was, yeah. A meteorite must have got through with the gaps between the. So despite the fact I've got about a bajillion meteorite defense turrets on Norvis, and where a bajillion is probably about 14. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, actually literally 14. Despite all of that, it still managed to squeeze a meteorite through. Cheeky sod. Right. That goes there. That goes there. And then that. There. We shall never have problems with fuel again, except for the train that is already currently empty. So let's go and give it a fuel. Actually, you can have all its coal. Serve it right. Dumpty dumpty dum. My outpost is getting too big. There you go. I suppose I could try and ride that train. I'm more likely to get run over by it, but ooh, let's try and get this right. There we go. Managed to jump in it without getting splatted. Quite pleased with that. Now, you don't have a full inventory, do you? No, you don't, because I haven't set that up yet. Full inventory, there we go. Stupid thing. Right. But that station is now active, so we should get the train dropping in there soon. Probably with the clouds first, I suspect, just because of Sod's Law. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, blue clouds first, then another one can come in with the memory cards. Then we can actually get this probe built. In the meantime, actually, I'm on the wrong side of the world again, because I now need to build a spaceship to go off and do the carrying stuff around for me. Ooh, so let's get in this train. There we go. Okay, I did sort of get run over by that one, but my armor saved me, so that's okay. So this doesn't need to be a particularly big spaceship, because it's going to carry a handful of probe rockets and their probes over, probably 10, should we say 10 of each, and then it's going to bring back all of the science packs, sorry, all of the data cards from that. And when I say all of the data cards, that's going to be a total of about, well, if each time it goes, it's taking 10, then when it comes back, it's going to bring 10,000. Science data cards stack up to, I don't know, let's find out. Data cards stack up to 50. So 10,000 would actually be two warehouses. Okay. Maybe I'll drop all of that down to 5 and just have a single warehouse fill up. That seems more sensible. So what I will do, yeah, I think I'm going to use logistics bots everywhere to load and unload these, because that way I'm not going to end up with too many of anything. And I think that's probably quite a valuable thing to ensure, given how expensive they are. It also will remove the risk of things getting accidentally eaten when the spaceship arrives or departs, if I use the underground belt method. True, it might be. The specific ones that are coming in will be, in this case, it's I don't even. There's a star probes, but I don't see star probe data anywhere in here. Oh, I'm looking. Am I looking? Yes, because I'm looking at crafting. There we go. Star probe data. No, that stacks to 50 as well. So I want a spaceship that's big enough to fit in. Basically, I want one of these. Although it doesn't need to have 3 ion engines on the back. So I want one of these, but without the fuel tanks. Yeah, I think that is in fact is exactly what I want. One of them. But I want to copy it with its tiles, because otherwise nothing will happen. So take that. Tiles. Don't need the fuel tanks or the pump to go with them. All of this is fine. Let's take that out so it doesn't accidentally take off when I'm not ready for it to. We'll create that. I mean, it shouldn't, but shouldn't isn't won't. that there. Now the bots can build that for me. The other thing I need to think about is having a probe rocket silo. So I'm going to need to build one of those here. I have a feeling I was faffing around with setting up a machine to build the probe rocket silos, but I don't remember. This might be what someone was talking about earlier on in the stream, actually. But I don't remember how far I got with that, or whether I actually did at all. I don't see it there. Can anyone else see a probe rocket silo making machine? I don't think I can. So let's... Oh, that's the first step of that's done. So let's put in the second step. There we go, that one. So let's come down here. What do you build a rocket probe silo in? In an assembly machine. Okay, that's nice and easy. So put one of those down there, one of those down with it, and one of them as well. And then tell that to make me a doopy-doopy-doopy-doo probe silo. Thank you. And there's all the stuff. Okay, so that's all the stuff required to make one of them. So how much of this have I actually got? Probably most of it. These are definitely got those. Apparently got those. Heavy good. So holmium cables I might not have a supply of. Hey Anton, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining me. I don't remember. I thought I was producing. Yeah, I was producing holmium cables there, but perhaps and they're going into a supply chest there. So it is all there. It's just the shortage of logistics bots that's the problem. Okay, let's drop down to Norvis and pick up a large quantity of bots and things. Oh, I'm requesting too much of the these substrates, so that's causing problems. I guess I'm going to have to put in. Oh, I know it's going to be worse than that. I'm not going to be measuring these at all. I'm just. Oh no, I am. That's full, and it's sending. So that's full, as would be expected given the way it's set up. That's sending on the from orbit channel. So why down on Norvis do I have too many of them being requested? Take me over here. Right, here we go. So this is the... Right, so this belt has stopped. So if I can get rid of those, then... Right, okay, I need to buffer them a bit more then. I don't have any warehouses or anything. Can I request a warehouse? Just one, please. There is one in the storage somewhere. It's just the bots are too busy to bring it to me. Great. Oh, there it is. Let's put that there. And then... Right, there we go. That's going to put a nice little filter in there. I don't seem to have cut off the power to anything, probably because I've got loads of these around. So let's put in another one there just in case. Hopefully that'll link up to everything. Right, so that should allow me to empty this thing here, and then we'll get a load of the other stuff that we've been waiting for. Good. So that should now be okay. Actually, I could just jump in this ship. See how, since it's going to go down and come back up again fairly soon anyway. So things I need to do down on Norvis. I need to get a supply of the nuclear fuel cells work going, because I don't have any of them being brought up here at the moment, and there are lots of things that keep needing them. But there was a more pressing thing. What was the other thing I needed to do on Norvis? I have completely forgotten. I was thinking about it while I was waiting for this to run. I'm sure there was something else I needed to do down there. Something fairly important. um, um. Oh yes, logistics bots. Thank you. That's the other thing I needed to do. Yeah, okay. Let's set the let's put logistics bots on the shopping list so they do get brought up automatically. Yes, fuel cells I'd remembered. It was the logistics bots I'd forgotten. No, actually that's not going to work. I need to link into the robot port. That's how you do this. Oh, but that isn't going to work either. This is difficult. Because the robot port will then output... Yeah, here we go. It'll output the total logistics bots as Y, but then I need to turn Y into a... I need to hook that up to a combinator. And turn Y into a... quantity. What are you doing? Oh, barrels. Don't care about barrels anymore. Right, sure. Y... times -1, I guess. And output that as logistics bots. There we go. I could, yeah, that wasn't the problem. It was that I needed to link it into the I need to link a Y in there somehow, and then I link that back into the network as well. So now I should get negative logistics bot numbers, and so when I'm down on Norvis, I can start to summon them and get them summoned automatically. There we go. So this is why I was starting. I thought I was starting to run a little bit low on space belts, and it's because they were all all stuck in this spaceship behind the things. These things. Memory card substrates. So once that empties, we should drop back down to Norvis, like this. Blimp. Oh, no, we should fly down to Norvis, sorry. Which isn't very far. It's going to take 10 seconds, though. Because the ship's kind of slow. Here we are. Yes, it is. You're quite right. I completely screwed up that that programming. That should be ×1, just so the number gets passed straight through, and then I set a number of a negative number of bots. So that should be -300, say, and that should be ×1. Yeah, good point. Thank you. So I need to put logistics bots onto the logistics network, because it won't unload them out of roboports for this. They won't just fly over and say, "Oh, hello, you need me. I gather you needed me." They're way down here somewhere. Ooh, not this far down though. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, that probably would be more sensible. Okay, I'll fix that when I go back up again, or when I have found the. Oh no, they're a bit higher up than this. They're by the construction train, I think. So like here. No. Shows how long it's been since I've been working with this stuff, doesn't it? Here, maybe. Yes, here we go. Put them into okay, I don't have any. Put them into a provider chest, like that. Bump. No, that one. Less than 400, maybe. Don't know. A fairly arbitrary number. I need a load of logistics bots. I'm not quite sure where to get them from. No, not you. Oh, there'll be loads up top because that's where all the stuff is being brought. So that's where the logistics bots will typically end up, and therefore will probably just sit and rest and wait. So anywhere near here, any roboport around here should be packed full of logistics bots. He says funny, 16 of them. There we go, that's more like it. Right, and as predicted, this belt has now stopped. There's not actually a great deal being passed through. We're putting the space belts on as fast as we can make them. We've got a bit of other miscellanea on here already, so that's good. But basically, things are just now loading up the ship, and it'll be ready to go eventually. Maybe I should be bringing the fuel cells up on this ship as well. How did I set that up in Norvis Orbit? They were just the fuel cells were just coming from the logistics network, weren't they? Yeah. So that train's never going to go anywhere. But never mind. I could go and get a load manually, but I reckon I didn't want to do that because it'll slow things down and just yeah, it's not good. Yeah, I think just having a train do it is probably the simplest and easiest way. And it's kind of what I've got things like LTN for after all. So let's get my construction train because that's got all the bits on it I could possibly need to build a railway stuff. Head over here and get building. I am going to need a lot more of these chests, so I'll grab those initially just because they'll be useful later. While I think of it, how are all my inputs doing? So that one's full. It seems reasonably happy. How much has it got? 5,000. Okay, that seems reasonable. Oh, it's 5,000 plus another 30,000. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. Full. Not full, but I think that's because I just saw a train going. 77,000. That's fine. Happy with that. There doesn't seem to be a great deal of stone here, but there is another train coming, so that's okay. Steel 80,000. Okay, happy with that. My train's on its way back again because Factorio is stupid and I'm forgetful. And down here, glass is full. Right, okay. So it looks like everything is okay down here. That's nice to know. This is basically my early warning as to how my supplies of all my raw materials are going. If there's anything missing, if any of those are very very low, then that suggests there's a problem somewhere and I need to look into it. But in theory and hopefully, with all of this being pumped through, there shouldn't be any problems like that in the future. Right, while I'm down here, I should also go over and fix up the Pierre Normand up there and get the water supply under control. Okay, these are going to be in the way, I have a feeling. Let's pull up all of this. This is definitely going to be in the way. Actually, maybe it won't quite be. So I'm going to need, basically I'm going to need I don't want to use a full pickup station because I just feel that's an excessive amount to carry around. But I think I probably need to, so we'll copy this one down here. Messy though it is. Put it in up here. Yeah, I thought those were going to be a bit in the way. I should probably move this train out of the way as well, otherwise I'm going to end up with stuff being loaded in that shouldn't be. Press the right buttons, Laurence, that would help, wouldn't it? Come on. Manual mode. There we go. If I pull it back that far, that should be alright. Yeah, maybe. Okay, this isn't too bad actually. If I get rid of that and just have this go around like this, then we'll be okay. And now I need to feed the fuel cells in from down here. So put in I need a splitter. Conveniently, I've got this train here full of all of the useful bits and pieces I could need for building stuff. It's almost like that was the reason I brought it. I shall try and remember to unload all of this. Oh, no, 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 no. Stop being... I mean, I appreciate the automatically putting down the various types of belts that you're going to... You don't... In order to do underground... In order... I appreciate it automatically putting down underground belts. However, if it's not able to, I feel like the failover should not be to just put down a normal belt. And I kind of understand why it is, given the way that the system works. But it's still annoying. That. There we go. And then that. Couple of these like that. And so this is a pickup station, so I don't need to reprogram anything. It doesn't seem to be connected though, so I do need to do that. I wonder how that happened. I'm not sure I want to know. Maybe there's an extra pylon down here that I didn't copy. These need to be reprogrammed though, so that needs to be a fuel cell, as do all of these. This is an excessive number of fuel cells. But again, it's one of those things that you do it once and then it'll work for forever. And they don't stack that high. I think they only stack to 10. No, maybe they stack to 50. We'll find out. Okay, simple enough. Now let's go to the other end of this system, which I'm going to put in here, which seems like a reasonably sensible place to put it. So I don't need that stop anymore. But I do want you to wait there until you have an empty cargo inventory. On the way, do I have any? Got those to get rid of now. And that. Those can go in there though. I've got a lot of junk in my inventory, which I'm going to need to get rid of once I get back into space. We're actually on the way. Let's go there. And put in some tanks and a bit of control so the system will actually get through the water a bit quicker. It's running a bit faster now, which is nice. It's using up water a bit quicker, but still, it's not. Actually, that's starting to run a little bit dry. I think I can also bump up the amount that this is requesting as well. Get a bit more in there. Right, there we go. So all of these, where we've got these pipes coming in, instead of having that, I need to have. Oh, and it'll never. And they're all going to be the wrong way. Just awkward as well, because I'm going to put it in like that, and then the pump's going to need to be in a different place, and yada yada yada. There we go. Right, so can I circuit network the offshore pumps? I don't think I can. Oh, I can. Nice. So pump if water less than 20,000. 15,000. So now I just need to copy this across to all of them, all the ones that are running like this. Like that. And then go in and tidy up all of the pipage, of course, because this is gonna need definitely need some tidying, because that ain't gonna work. So that goes there and there, typical. Where I can't put it. Did I bring any? Yes, I did bring some landfill. That's convenient. Not sure why I've got landfill, but apparently I have. Oh, balls. We'll have a pipe kink for that one. And why is nature not straight? There we go. And of course, there. And that one needs straightening up as well. There, 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 and there. There, down to about there, I guess. There to there, and there to there. Fiddly fiddly. There we go. That's all of them up and running. So now I need to wire them in and logistic network them. So that to there, that to there. Oh. That to there and to there. There we go. Chunk of pipe across like that. I need another pylon in there just to get the wires down. So that can go from there to there to there. There to there. There to there. And there to there. Okay, that should now sort out my water supply a bit. So the idea behind all of this is that the offshore pumps will run until these tanks get to 15,000, and then once they've got to 15,000, we can then load them. But then above that, all the water will come from the train, the water that's coming in by train. I just need to make sure I can get. Okay, that one's all right. That one needs to go to there. That's okay then. That one needs to go to there. Ooh. Which is alright. I think that's all of them. Yep, you're getting out. You got. Nope, I haven't done this one. There we go. That's that one. That's got away. That's one. That one. And that one. Right. So now we should find all these pumps down here are running. That's actually quite a good way of checking that I haven't screwed up any of the piping, I think. That one is not at the bottom. Nor is that. None of them are running. Oh, it's because all these tanks are empty, that's why. Alright. Let's... But it's not summoning a train. So I'm sure there must be a train's worth of water down here. We've got 188,000. A train... Oh, and a train's 200,000. Okay, so I take it back. We haven't actually got a train's worth of water down here. So all of that was... I'm not going to say it was unnecessary. Because I'm going to need... I would need it sooner or later. But for now, I've now drained all these tanks out. So we're just waiting for... We'll see what happens once we've generated a bit more water, I guess. So, next task. Somewhere along here, we need to put in a drop-off station that is going to be summoning enormous quantities of the these things, fuel cells. Fuel cells have stopped being made because we've run out... Bloody hell, we've run out of uranium again. Uranium is being a huge problem, and I'm not 100% sure why. I've copied the train below as well. So yeah, yes, we're getting through quite a lot of uranium. I'm sure for all of the things that we're making, especially the fuel cells and launching it into orbit and nonsense like that. But it's not that much. Is it? Maybe it is. It doesn't feel like it should be. And yet, I seem to be continually running out of uranium and having to try to think up and find places to get more of it. So, yeah, it's a bit weird. I know my uranium mines are struggling a bit at the moment. Where's that new one I built fairly recently? Somewhere in the middle. Was that it? And it's gone already. Am I going to need to find a uranium planet? No, there's one here. I've got a train coming in to pick some up now. But yeah, that is a fairly slow supply of uranium. So yeah, I'm not really quite sure why I'm getting through so much of it. Yes, this system here will convert it as fast as humanly possible. None of it's getting turned into ammunition anymore because this is all completely backed up. It's all going round here. Oh, some of it's going. A lot of it's going in here into this system and taking. Yeah, so these are all full of 235. I think it might be that I've been making too much uranium 235 and not leaving enough of it as 238. So I need to almost have a splitter on. Oh, I have got a splitter on here to bring some of it out because I was turning too much of it into 235. Hmm. I don't know. Some of it's getting shot off to other planets, sure, but only enough to be used for power cells here and there and everywhere. It seems a bit excessive, the sheer quantity of it that I'm getting through. Let's have a look. Now, in the last hour, I've got through 34,000 uranium ore. No, consumed 26,000 uranium ore. 4,000. Yeah, there's not that much of it actually being used for anything. It's just all disappearing. 34,000 uranium ore being produced. So I used 26,000 uranium ore up, and I made 3,238 and 1,235, and I suspect some of that was used up to make this. Yeah, that's perhaps what it is. It's the Covrex process is fairly inefficient, so we're taking in a lot of uranium ore, perhaps. It's not that. So we're getting out of that. Here we go. So it takes 10 uranium ore to make to make 1,238, and then one piece of 238. Right, here we go. 5 pieces of 238 turn into 1,235. So no, 3 pieces. Sorry. So it's 30 pieces of ore to make each uranium 235. Does that fit in with the production stats I was seeing? What did I say? It was 30. So yeah, 30 of those makes one of those. Yeah, so that is about right. That's why I'm getting through so much uranium. It's because it takes huge amounts of uranium ore to make uranium 235. About 30 to 1. Right, okay. Well, that's not quite the answer I was looking for, but on the flip side, it does tell me where it's all gone and why I seem to be so low on it. So can't complain too much. I've got productivity modules in along here. I've got productivity modules in all of these, so I'm doing my best. But I guess we'll just have to leave it dribbling through. And we've got 535 in here at the moment, which is not the sort of numbers I was hoping for. That one. Let's just set this to minus 1,000. In the theory that will mean it will bring it out sooner, and won't need quite as much before it brings some. I think that's right. I'm sure somebody will tell me if I'm being dumb with that. And then we'll run that down here. And use one of them. And link it into here as well. Like this. That is the right one, isn't it? From orbit. Excellent. So pass through if uranium fuel cells is less than 0. Apparently uranium fuel cells is not less than 0. I've obviously not programmed orbit to ask for it yet. Let's do that. Fuel cells. Minus 500, I suppose. Seems like a sensible number. And while I'm at it, yeah, let's make that output total logistics bots as logistics bot symbol. And then I can deprogram that and use it later for something else, perhaps. Right, that's now flowing. So if there were any, well, they wouldn't be unloaded at all because this isn't set up properly. But if I change that to that and all the way along. Get rid of these before the so the game doesn't whinge at me because they're not there. We don't have any of them. Don't do that. And add in that. Oh, my train's in the way. Go home. Okay, so those are the things I was trying to do down here on Norvis. So I think, yeah. So I've sorted out logistics bots to an extent. I've got a couple of hundred in my inventory, so I can take those up with me. There should be some more in the spaceship as well, so that's good. I just need to set the system up there to automatically pass them across. Down here there is a chest somewhere that I can put these extraneous, yeah, these things in. There we go. Why is that not making any? I mean, not to really care about these things anymore, but there's no heat shield tiles. For some reason there's no supply of heat shield tiles. Okay, let's trace that one back as well then. Was it this belt? I think it was this belt. There are no heat shield tiles down here because there is no iridium being passed. Oh. Yeah, okay. So we're not really bringing iridium to Norvis anymore, are we? Forgot about that. Can I just pretend I haven't noticed that? I'm not sure what the best thing to do about that is. Because yes, it's quite right, we are not bringing iridium to Norvis, it's just going to orbit and being left there. I've got a little bit here, we can get rid of that and that'll start them flowing again, but it won't make very many. Grumble, grumble. I've only noticed one thing that's caused where that's being a problem at the moment, so I'm not going to worry about it too much because I kind of don't care. Oh, but that's the supply that's being brought up to orbit as well. I might need to put in another spaceship to bring iridium to Norvis. That's kind of frustrating. I thought I told you to go home. Oh, maybe it did and then it came back out again. Okay, so how full is my spaceship now? Is it remotely worth going back up again? Where am I going? I need to go down here. That's not what I'd call very full, no. But all the stuff I want to do now really is in Norvis orbit, so how are you getting on? You haven't built anything. Oh, because you haven't got any heat shield tiles. Right, okay, so I take it back. It is a problem. We do need heat shield tiles down here on... we do need iridium being brought to Norvis in order to make heat shield tiles, in order to ship them up to space, in order to make stuff up there. Now, I could start making the heat shield tiles in space, but it seems a bit wasteful when I've got all the productivity modularized systems down here doing it. I could switch them back to the old recipe, I suppose, because there's two recipes to making these. You can use 4 stone and 1 sulfur to make one, or you can use 20 stone and 8 sulfur to make one. That seems like and 2 steel. That seems like a bad idea, actually. These things, they're not actually radars, they're receivers. So on my space station up in orbit, I've got a transmitter that's sending information from the logistics network, specifically about how much stuff I've got up there and how much stuff I want to have up there. That's being beamed off into space, and then these receivers here pick it up and then you can use it to pass from there onto the logistics network down here. So as you can see, this one's hooked up to some of these belts so when there's sufficient of that thing up in space, the belt just stops running and it doesn't pass any more through. Right, okay, so this is going to need to be a multiple step process. I'm going to need to go back up into orbit in order to build another spaceship that goes to Kothar and then brings iridium down here to Norvis. So I guess we're going to do that next. The question is, as part of doing this, should I switch over to... oh, it already is switched over. No, that's for core sample, core fragments. I was going to say, should I switch my iridium spaceship over to... Where is it? Where does it even land? I don't know. Should I switch my Iridium spaceship over to going filling up by train as well? But I think probably not, because it doesn't seem to be getting used up in that sort of larger quantity. So what I'm going to do is just drop in another identical spaceship here and have it fly from here to Norvis and unload the Iridium there. I'm good, thanks, Terex. What time is it? Because I'm feeling a bit dopey. It's only 9:45. Okay, still got another hour or so of streaming to do, but it's I blame the hour change from the weekend, so it might feel like it might say 9:45, but it's actually 11:15. So that's probably why I'm feeling a little bit dopey. And you never know, the beer might not have helped either. Okay, so if we have a look in space, Norvis orbit. Yes, although in this country we autumn back rather than fall back, I suppose. Yes, because that makes sense. So I'll take a copy of that. Bloop. Including the tiles. Build it here, that's fine. I said I can build it here, that's fine. There we go, thank you. And then we can, yeah, so let's see, fueling is going to be a slight issue though. Because normally, spaceships will have a stop in Norvis orbit here, where they can refuel and get get more fuel on, refuel. That's what refueling means. So they'll land here, top up, and then fly off again. Whereas this one, I don't actually want it to go to Norvis orbit. I want it to go to Norvis and Kothar. So what I think I'll probably do is program it to dock at a signal 7 instead, or possibly 9. I'll try and work out which of those is correct. Probably 9, and then then it should fill up from one of these, and then it can do the rest of the flights as expected. That means I'm going to have the wrong number of these combinators in it, which is a bit of a shame, but I can fix that. That's not too difficult. I'll just squeeze another set in somewhere. Spaceship's kind of full, but I'm sure I'll manage somehow. Can I do all this remotely? That's the question. Because I don't think there's no actual need for me to go to Norvis orbit to get this set up. So I could just wait down here until I've got some heat shield tiles on the spaceship as well, so it would be easier to fly back up again. That would require this spaceship building system to actually work, though, wouldn't it? Whereas we've run out of we've run out of heat shield tiles, so I can't build a spaceship. Oh. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the remaining ones off the belt up here, because there's quite a lot of them just sitting here not being used. So if I grab all of these like this, fill my boots as it were. Then I can take all these up to space with me manually, and hopefully this is going to be enough to build another spaceship. If not, then I've got some machines up there building them for other purposes, so I'll just have to go over and nick them from there, which is going to be a bit of a pain, but not too bad. Okay, launch. No, not Norvis. Not Norvis. No, Norvis orbit. Go there. Get it right, Laurence. I wonder what happens if you fall out in deep space. I don't really want to find out, to be honest. And anchor. Oh, do it automatically. That's what you're supposed to do. No, that's not over here. I should pull all of that up and I should do some tidying up at some point. Oh, that's why it didn't anchor. Ah, crap. Let's put it over here for now. Yeah, I forgot that was a... Stop sending all my bots everywhere. I forgot that was a parking space for all kinds of stuff. Right, so here we go. Have some heat shield tiles. So I can start building now. Yeah, so the problem is this spaceship is supposed to land in that gap there. Unfortunately, I seem to be building a spaceship in that gap there, so that's not going to happen. Yeah, sorry. It'll just have to sit there and look sorry for itself. Now I can't let it go back to Norvis because it won't get off again. I assume yes, it does refuel here. So I need to get this spaceship built up and finished and send it off before I can do anything else with that. So let's give this all of those in the meantime. Hopefully that'll sort of improve the logicity over things around here. Logicity? Yes, there we go. That's I'm pretty sure that's a word. Now I'm going to leave that to it. So, why is this broken? Alright, I'm going to go over and find out why that's broken. I bet it's because something has got ordered in excessive quantities. But we'll have to go over and have a look. It's a science sushi. And then down here... There's no boxes in there, that's why. There we go. Also, I've just noticed this is not linked into that either. That's also a problem. Might just about be okay, I think. I think we've got just about got enough space. Oh no, there's more trains queued up down here. Oh dear. Damn it, LTN. Right, so that's empty, so that train goes. This one will come. More signals. There, and there, and there, and there. Right, we can now unload some blue clouds. That goes no. Oh, they're already full. This has been broken for longer than I realised. Oh, goodness sake. Yes, anything to do with trains is Tristan's fault, it is known. Especially if LTN is also involved. Now there should be enough room here to dump all of these memory cards. That's not the problem. It's the all the blue clouds that are being brought up that are potentially a problem. But I think actually now to put in an extra tank here, I think we are going to be okay. I do like how gases drift to the top of the tanks, and words are difficult, and liquids sink to the bottom of the tanks. Yeah, I could. There's only one inserter grabbing off it though, so I think it's probably going to be okay. And normally, in sort of once things get into an idle sort of stasis state, there won't be quite so many trains coming in and trying to unload. So I think this should be all right. How are we doing? We've got a whole one of these made so far because yeah, we were still loading in blank data cards. All right, makes a certain amount of sense. How's my new spaceship coming on? Patchily, okay. Get on with it, chop chop. However, how are these? These are not getting on either. What are you missing? Oh, the grabbing off inserter. Yeah, that's true. I could stick in an extra one there. But again, it's not something I expect to need to run quickly. Why is this not working? Ooh, overshot. Have I forgot to put this? No, it's got minus 40 on there. And I think at the other end, we've got everything set up properly, he says with a questioning tone in his voice. Yeah, we've got a warehouse linked up to the light on an LTN station. And the warehouse has more than 40 in it. That is hooked up, isn't it? It must be hooked up because all the rest of the stuff has appeared. It is set to minus 60, not 60. All of these have worked. That stacks. Beryllium stacks up to 100, so that's 10 stacks we've requested. Is cargo? Yeah, it is cargo rocket sections. That's the only type of rocket sections we have. Yeah. I am puzzled. So we've got, yes, there's the minus. Maybe it doesn't. Could it be because it doesn't like the idea of stacks of them? Because they don't stack, or stack size is 1? I can't imagine. I wouldn't expect that to cause problems. And over here, let's have another look at this. The warehouse is clearly linked directly to the light on the. Yeah, I was wondering that, but it doesn't feel like the sort of thing that I would expect to break Factorio. Put it that way. What's this? This thinks it's got 512 of them, so that's as expected. But I can't. I need to have it as based. I need to have it based on stack sizes because I can't say request a 1,000 because if it tries to request 1,000 rocket sections, we're going to have all kinds of nightmares. I suppose I can give it a try. See what happens if I change it to a threshold of 10 rather than a stack, or whatever it was before, because I can't remember what it was set to before now. Oh, now it's working. Oh, no station supplying cargo rocket sections, but now it's found one. Now it's found one because it's gone yellow. Oh no, that's for something else. Okay, yeah, I think you're right. Yes, you're quite right. It does seem to be a what was this set to before? 10, I think. Let's have a look at another one. 1. Okay. 1 stack. Okay, so yeah, yes, it's saying no station supplying cargo rocket sections found, which is weird, cause there is one. So let's go and. It doesn't have any combinators connected to it, admittedly, which is. But then LTN stations, if you've just got a warehouse full behind them, that tends not to matter. Sweet. So yeah, this is a station. Let's put in a constant combinator because I sort of feel they should have one really. It's just most of these don't because I forgot to put them in when I set it up and it was working, so I haven't bothered messing with it. And then copy from somewhere like this. That's paste it there. Provide stack threshold. Sure, I guess. These are cargo rocket sections. I haven't stacked them by mistake. It's not requesting stacked at the other end. Oh, okay. Now it's working. So somehow, maybe it wasn't on. Maybe that meant it was not on network 1, but everything else has been working. So, yeah, it's a bit odd. That loads very quickly. Oh well. I mean, it's fixed. I still don't entirely understand why it was not fixed before, but oh well. So, now I should be able to make some probe rockets. That's a nice step in the right direction. Shame I can't make any silos, so I don't have any heat shield tiles. But oh well, we're getting there. What? Why are they only getting to here? Why am I incapable of finishing things? There we go. Jump, 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 jump. Oh, and I need to put a pack of I put all my logistics bots in the other network, so I need some, but I need some over here as well. Right, let's go and have another look at how that spaceship's getting on as well while I'm over there. Because until that spaceship's finished, I can't do a lot else. I hope I haven't run out of heat shield tiles, and it's just that it's being slow to build. No, still lots of heat shield tiles left. Okay, that does seem to be okay. It's just taking a while to build all of these. Have some of them. I'll speed things up a little bit. What was the other thing I came over here? My memory is starting to alarm me a bit. Oh yeah, logistics bots. There's only 2 in there. There you go. Let's take a stack of 50. That'll do for now. Other thought is, I wonder how many of the other things that go into a spaceship require heat shield tiles, like the walls, for example. It's a bit of a concern, but I guess we'll find out. Decided, yes, I know I've flown back and forth across the base about 1,000,000 times this episode already, but I think if I go over here, if I don't put the logistics bots in the robo network over here now, I probably will forget entirely what I'm doing with them. Right, let's tidy up some of this stuff in my inventory, like these insights. These should be in science machines up here. There's no point in me carrying them around with me. That's just a waste of lots and lots of sciencey stuff. These are useful machines. I think some of this I'm just going to get rid of out of my inventory and it'll get used up, hopefully, at the other end. I don't think scrap gets dealt with properly yet from that. Cold thermodynamics data. I'm going to need to find the right place to shove that down here somewhere. That'll need to go in one of these, but I don't know which tier. Oh, cold is probably quite an early tier, I think. It's just going to go in here. Yes, there we go. I don't need this massive array of machines anymore because I've built all of that stuff up. So let's get rid of these from my inventory as well. I'm probably going to regret this and need them again very, very soon, but I think it's worth trying to keep it a little bit tidy. It's nice having a decent number of logistics spots, even if they are all going to start crashing and blowing things up any minute now. I could do swarm safety. It's 6,400 of the basic packs, but that won't really help. I mean, I've got tier 7 of it already, and that's 3,500 bots, and all that means that they don't damage things when they crash. It doesn't actually stop them. It doesn't actually stop them crashing. I could finish off Rocket Survivor, but I'm trying to pull away from rockets though a bit. Med packs I don't really care about. I wonder what that's actually used for. I don't know. Let's research it anyway because I do have that, so I can. Ooh, faster movement. That's worth having. Better health is worth having. Oh no, these are all tier 4. Never mind. Forget that. I miscounted because of the blob on the top, basically. I feel like I've done most of the research I can actually do. That's a tier 4 blue. That's tier 4 pink. That's only tier 3, but I don't really shoot stuff very much anymore. Artillery shell range, sure, but I mean it's 12,000. It just seems excessive. Um, and then artillery shell shooting speed, maybe. I don't use follow road because I mean the fire-based weaponry is doing pretty well already. Oh no, sorry, it's tier 4 anyway. That's tier 4. There's not really anything to research that I want, which is basically why I haven't. I could get life support research equipment too, I suppose. Sure, might as well. Yeah, there's nothing in here that I particularly want, so I'm just going to leave that and not worry about it. I suppose we've got targeted zone, deep space zone discovery. Sure, yeah, right. Let's do a couple. Let's do a few more of these. It's not exactly expensive. Yeah, and I think I found one that's not too bad. How do I zoom out further? I've forgotten. Oh yeah, there's a button down there. Install a map. I found, I think, was it? So there's Kalidas. Dark Flare is over here has got quite a lot of Naquitite, and it's not that. I don't think it's. It doesn't look like it's that far away on the whole grand scheme of things. Maybe I'll pick up one about here if I'm really lucky, or here or something. But I think Dark Flare is a pretty good one. It's got a nice big. It's got a it's got a full bar of Naquitite. That's the one it's got the most of. 600, 700, 300 seems reasonable. This one's just all uranium. 673, 673. That seems to be standard actually. For the thing that there's the most of is just 6,000, 600, 700, 300. So yeah, I'll stare at this for a moment longer while I wait for that to finish and see what it finds. No, I won't. I've got bored. Uh, I can't remember how to get out of the universe view. Star map. There. All right. So that's. I mean, it's more than half done. I think this spaceship. It's just a bit of a slow process, and I can't start doing the interesting part of building a spaceship until the boring part, namely waiting for it to be built, has been done. Then I go over there and start shoving a load of extra combinators to do all of the programming and stuff. Oh, we're short of these things. Maybe I should speed module this as well. It's just frustrating, just sort of standing around waiting for things. But is there anything other? It's, there's some in here. I could take those 6 and put them in there. That'll speed that up a little bit, and those 4. I don't know where they're coming from. Oh, there's like hundreds in here. Have that. That'll help a little bit. In fact, I could have just put these straight in here. The fact that I've only got one of these machines running at this is a little bit silly. Razor Field. That's a lovely that's a lovely name for an asteroid belt, for an interstellar area to go to. What's that one? That's a way out here. It's not too far away, but that's mostly iron. And iron I have because of the core mining that's going on. I could set up another core mining system somewhere. In fact, I think that's what this is for. I was building this in the last episode. Ooh, is this one that's waiting to go somewhere? Where did I build up core mining? So, where have I got places is the first thing. Did I build up core mining on Tulip? I don't think I did. I need to turn off autosave. It's just Causes more trouble than it's worth. Especially now that I've got people watching me, so I can't save scum. I don't recall. If I was setting up core mining on here, I don't know where I put it. What are those? No, those are just accumulators. No, I haven't done it on Tulip. That was one of the ones I was thinking I needed to do. That's not the button I meant to press. That one. Norvis, yes. Kothar, yes. I think. Yes, up here. But it's completely backed up because we're not using iridium fast enough. So that's a thing. But I suppose once I start pulling some of that down onto Norvis, we'll get through it a little bit quicker from that, because that's going to put a little bit more load on it, on the system. Do I have a spaceship going here though? That's my question. I think I probably don't, because if I did, it would be parked here. So that's presumably what this one up here is meant to be for. Go in. There we go. So let's have a look at how this is programmed. It's set to go to Norvis, a moon, 1142. Who's 1142? Is it Kothar? Kothar is 1142, yes. So this is the one that's supposed to be going to and from Kothar. But presumably I finished but never actually got around to launching. Okay, well let's send that one off then. I think it should be safe. It's got a full load of that. It's got a reasonable load of that. Why is it here? Can anyone remember what I was doing with this spaceship last time? Because it's got partial loads of fuel, which you would only have got if it had been parked over here to fuel up. Because you can't get them from here. But this is sort of the construction area. It's not really got enough fuel in for me to want to send it to Kothar just yet, because I suspect that's not going to be enough to lift off from Kothar and Norvis. So I think I probably need to send it over there. So let's do that. Let's wait for this to fuel up. Okay, Mark, thanks for joining, and I'll catch you next time. Don't forget, we're streaming space exploration on Thursday, so I'm sure we'll catch you then. Why is this ship not launching? They're not supposed to just sit there. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, you. What are you doing? You've got a signal coming from here that says these tanks are full. Have you? No, they're not. Oh, they're not quite full yet. It's that thing where it's just trying to dribble them over from there to there. So it's nearly full, but not quite. Okay, that's fair enough then. Is that not what I said? What did I say? Sorry, I seem to be tired today. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. Ooh, they're nearly there. 590 and now and go. Blip. Okay, yes, Industrial Revolution on Thursday with the group of us rather than space exploration, which is apparently what I've got on the brain. I mean, understandably, I think, given the time. Oh, okay. Let's have a look and see where that ship's going. The one that's just launched. That's the Swan. That's the one. That's going to Myokin. So let's rename this, because whilst the Swan is a lovely name, I want to call it something else. Is that how you spell Myokin? I think it is. Yes, Myokin. Yeah. Okay, so that means I can now. Yeah, right. So yes, presumably I hadn't finished getting Kothar quite ready at that point. So I want you to launch to Norvis orbit. Why are you landing at an O? That's a 9 as well. Okay, let's remove that clamp. Then launch it again. That, I think, should be set up to just work. Let's find out. So it's filling up with fuel. That's good. We'll see what happens when that fills up properly. No, I don't have any of that to fill up with. To build up with. It's still building, isn't it? Yeah. Just gradually. Sigh. Oh yes, of course. Because yeah, last week I did two things, didn't I? Basically, I got the core mining up and running on Kothar, and I got the science the material science pack 4 mostly working. So that was my progress. And now so this ship wasn't quite. I don't know. It looks finished as far as I can tell. So we'll just let that buzz off when it's ready. So if we look at the star map, we've got the Myokin core heading up to Myokin. Good, that's as expected. There's no ships on Kothar. Yeah, so I don't think I've accidentally duplicated that ship. So I think we're all right. How are you getting on? 524. Hurdy-dur. I'm not sure what else to do right now, to be honest. This is sort of a... It feels... I don't want to start on anything else because there's too many other things that are waiting for me to get this... No, this working and then get this working. So once I've got this... I could fly the ship over to the other side of the base, I suppose. Let's do that. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Bump. Ah, fail. This is really difficult. There we go. I'm in. Oh, it hasn't even got a spaceship computer. Let's put one of those in here. We can fit that, and then we can fly it over. Which conveniently doesn't require any fuel. I think I'm going to be putting the fuel tank on the other side of it, though, given the way I've hooked up most of the stuff in this base. Actually, no, forget that. Let's keep it on that side, and we'll just park on the other side of the base. So when I want to, right, launch, anchor to Norvis orbit, way over this way, miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. Oh, if only there was a faster way to do this. Is this you? Nope. Science. Right, where should we put this? So we want to be near the we might as well be near the, what do you call it? I could put it in here. Won't quite fit in here. I was gonna say I want to be near the blue cloud drop off up here because that's what's going to be pumped into the ship. I could put it here, but that's kind of in the way of the bus. I could put it here, but there's a pylon in the way. I could move the pylon out of the way, I suppose. I could put it over here. Actually, no, I think over here, probably. Yeah, let's put it in here. Like so. Then I'll put down some of this, like that, and then put down another one of these there. What are you numbered? You're numbered 6. Oh, save locations, and yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that would be a sensible way to do it. Right, I'm going to need a load more of these. I don't have the bits. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, so this is going to be collecting the science packs. This is going to be my starbound one. So we're going to be getting these things, star probe data. Load them in, load them out. Rawhide. And then we're going to need down here. I haven't got any of the stuff I need to build any of the things I need. Oh dear. I think I might stop the stream early fairly soon and just go, I am clearly not in a frame of mind to do anything remotely clever in Factorio. I should probably just go to bed. It's not been one of my best streams. I do apologise. I hope you'll all come back next week when I'll try and be a little bit more rested. Just a pack of them, a pack of them, and a pack of that. Then I can make a load of them and a load of them. Probably some more of them because I'm going to need them. And I'm sure there was something else I wanted stuff for the ship. Can't even look at it. Oh yes, I remember what the other thing was I wanted. No, not that. I'm going to need. See, I think buffer chests are the way to go, because the buffer chests can be loaded by the the buffer chests can be loaded by the bots, and then I can pass from there into the rest of the thing so the buffer chests can be. Let me try that again. If I put buffer chests on the spaceship, then they can be loaded by bots from here automatically, and then when the ship gets to the other end, they can be unloaded by bots as well. So it'll work both ways. That's still not done. Let's put this in on again, just fill in any gaps that it can. Just keep the bots busy, basically. Let's put some radar down when I'm over there as well. I mean, I know with the navigation satellite you sort of don't need radar, but scrolling the navigation satellite around is almost as painful as flying around. Satellite, radar even goes up here somewhere, I guess. That'll have to do. It's kind of in the way of these belts. I'll probably move it later. Move it now. There we go. Why has that not got power? It's connected to all of these and that, which is connected to the whole bloomin' system. I don't know. I'm not sure I want to know. Right, this is going to be mildly complicated. Forget that. So this is going to need to be a three-stage flight plan. We're going to need to fly to Norvis orbit for fuel. Then we're going to need to fly to. No, sorry, we're going to need. No. No, it's not. It's going to be a two-stage flight plan. We fly to Norvis orbit to unload and to refuel, and then we fly to Kalidas orbit in order to stock up the spaceport and all that sort of stuff. So we need to go from planet orbit, yes. We need to go to, presumably there's a sun orbit signal in here somewhere. That one, I guess, star. What is Kalidas? Kalidas, automation, star 509. 509. So Kalidas is 509, Norvis is 510, Norvis orbit is 511. There's a bit of a pattern there, I suppose. Okay, so that tells it where to go, and I actually need to tell it when to go. So we want to lift off from. I was going to say we want to lift off from Kalidas when this is full, but it's potentially not going to get there. It's going to get to 5,000. So we want to say when these star probe datas get to 5,000, then we'll take off. If we're on, if A is 509, anyway, then if A is 509, then take, yeah. So we've got if you've got 5,000 star datas and you're in Kalidas orbit, then fly to Norvis orbit. If you've got none, if you've got no, where are they? They're in here somewhere. Got no star probe data, then output a tick. And if you're in Norvis orbit, output a tick. Therefore, and in that case, then take off, fly to Kalidas orbit at speed. Why is that a 3? Oh, and if you've got fuel. No, so that one isn't relevant. Because I think we'll be getting more... Yeah, so this should be on the other side, actually. I've changed my mind about changing my mind. Let's put that there. That there. That there. Dum-de-dum. So yeah, this isn't going to need any rocket fuel at all. So we've got all this empty space down here at the bottom. But to an extent, I think I'm happy to have a bit of empty space for the simplicity of building it like this. Just copying and pasting another spaceship. It would have been more effort to it'd been more effort to try and make it to try and make a new fresh spaceship rather than to work with the design I already have. That's too short. Let's make a 7. Spanish Inquisition, give you a rocket science pack production blueprint. Rocket science pack. Let's have a look. I'll have a look at that one in a moment. I'm thinking about much more advanced sciences than that at the moment. There we go. Let's pump that in there, and now we can fill up this tank so the engine's ready to go. So when you rocket science, that's that's this one over here. This is the easy one. Why are you asking about this one? All we've got here is the whatever those data packs are called, and the vulcanite being fed in, plus barrels and that data and the rocket fuel. So yeah, we've got a few things being fed in here, but it's not that big an area compared to some of the other ones. It's not too bad. The yeah, this is space exploration, so the rocket science is a little bit different. Not only do you have rocket science, you then have many types of space science. So we've still got the normal Norvian sciences down here, but then there's rocket, and then there's astrometric, and then there's energy science, and there's material science, and there's biological science, and eventually there'll be deep space science, but I haven't got to that one yet. Many sciences. It's the same sort of... have you got FNEI installed? Because that helps an enormous amount. I wouldn't want to try and play this game without FNEI, to be honest. At least not with the advanced mod, not with some of these mod packs in it, anyway. Oh, I need to say, don't take off until you've got all of the stuff in your buffer chest. Actually, come to think of it, so we need to request. I forgot what I need to request. Oh yes, I need to request probe rockets, and let's say I will say I want to have 10 of those, and I also want to have space probes, which are presumed. Are they in with science? No, they're not. Are they in with here? I can't find anything in this game. I found them before by searching. There we go. They are in with the sciences. Okay, star probe. I want to have 10 of those as well. So yeah, I need to move these out of the way, actually. This is the leaving Norvis one, isn't it? Yes, it is. So actually I want to have another 2 checks on there. I want to link in this box to these as well. And that into these 2 as well. And then I want to say if probe rocket is greater than or equal to 10, so if we've got enough probe rockets in there, then output another tick. Tick 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 1. And also the same for, there they are, star probes. And I want to have 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks before this leaves. So I want everything to be good. I'm not going to worry about the fuel being loaded in by this, because I think that's going to be quick enough that it fills up so quickly that I don't think it's not basically it's not a concern. So I'll dump that fuel into there. Then so I'm not going to bother checking that. I'll just make sure we've got enough rocket probes, enough probes, enough probe rockets, enough that we're on the right planet, and that we've emptied out all of the data from up here, and that should give it more than enough time to load this fuel in. I'm not too worried about that. Maybe this may be famous last words, and I'm going to end up with a lost rocket ship, but never mind. Right, where's my list of clamp numbers, so that I can make sure I don't screw this up? Here's my notebook. Clamps. Okay, so we haven't used 10 yet. 10 can be for star probes. Star probe. So I want to call you a number 10. 6 is apparently for spaceship construction. Okay. I'm not sure I'm really using that. So, okay, that I think is now all programmed up. I still don't know why this is showing a no power. I'm not going to wire it in yet because I don't want it to go anywhere yet. It shouldn't go anywhere yet anyway because it hasn't got all of the stuff it needs. But it, yeah, still. Um, you never know, and I don't trust it. Put that put it up here for could fall off the world. Tuck it in here. Actually, no. Let's put a bit more of that there, and I can put it in up here. This can be sort of infrastructure and things. There we go. Now we can fill. There we go. Now we're filling this up with the probe rockets and the probes themselves. So I just need something to launch them. So that's going to be the thing I put in in Kalidas orbit when I head out there in a little while. But not just yet. Still not done. Oh, I don't believe it. Come on, get on with it. It's run out of. It's run out. Oh, I've run out of. There's a few in there. 5. That's not going to be enough. All right. Where's my mission? Where am I? Where did I put in machines making these things? Was it here? No, it wasn't here. Must have been down. It must have been down in the material science area. I know I've got something somewhere building heat shield tiles. This is biology. You can tell because it's green everywhere. It's like there's mold or moss growing all over my space station. Down here. Here we go. Yes, these ones. I'm just going to stand here and steal them all. My need is greater than yours. How many of those have I made so far anyway? 1.7 thousand. Is that... It's nearly there for a train load actually. It's got five out of the 6 boxes loaded there. I suppose that's true because as soon as the last thing is put in, the ship will launch immediately. Does a logistics bot just stay in the spaceship and then rejoin a logistics network at the other end? Because it's going to be unloaded with logistics bots as well. So I could see that potentially gradually transferring the logistics bots from one end to the other. How many have I got? 100. How many is it per spaceship floor? 4. Okay, so 100 is going to make me 25. That might be enough to finish it, actually. Let's just grab a few more, and then I'll head off. See if 100 is enough to finish it. I'm quite pleased with the general design of my space station. He says, flying away from it because he's forgotten how it's laid out. The big spur up track up the middle, plus the bit sticking out to either side, seems to have worked pretty well. So yeah, pleased with that. Right, so maybe I should try and place the chest carefully based on that. Have I placed the chest carefully? I haven't placed it carefully, but I think yes, it probably will be okay because the chest there is only 2 squares away from the side, so it might just make it out. I guess we'll find out. And there's only 50 bots over there, so the roboport won't fill up. How are we doing? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, It's more like 50 than 25. That's still not going to be enough. Oh, goodness sake. Right, I'm going to go and get some more. This is all a bit manual and a bit rubbish, but yeah, it doesn't. I don't expect to be making these in large enough quantities. I've overshot for it to be worth automating the production. Especially, and I was going to say especially as I don't have any iridium. I do have iridium, but even so, it's still not worth automating it. Oh, the other question is how the material science catalogue's getting on. Slowly. That's actually very no. That must have triggered a train. Must have been because there's more. Had more than that before. Yes, so we've now got all these coming along here. Why are you not running? Looks like it's got all the things. Oh, no? I'd say that looks like it's got everything it should need. Why is that not running? Bum 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 bum. It's not got. There's no long-handled inserter. Oh, for goodness sake! Ah. Fine. Goodness sake. Stupid thing to miss. Right, up here we need to put in one of these, and that is all that's wrong with it, and then it'll just work. Bloody hell. Hooray, Material Science 4! I'll flit back down, have a quick think about if there's anything I want to do with that. I mean, I'm sure there will be. The Material Sciences have lots of interesting stuff to play with. Down, 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 down. Oop, here we are. Okay, I've got 150. That's probably going to be enough, but I'll wait till it gets to 200, just because I'm paranoid like that. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yes, I can now do material 4 based research. So that's nope, that's Astro. That one, for example, I could do, but that requires Astro 4 as well. I could do this one, which gets me a heavy assembly, but that doesn't really get me anything particularly useful until I get more stuff. Like I do want this high temperature turbine generator, but that needs tier 4 of everything in order to produce it, and so do all of them, basically. So I can't do any of that yet. So it's not really worth doing. I could make my flamethrowers even better. My flamethrowers are already quite good, but I could make them even better, even hotter. There's not really anything else. That's only number 3. There's not really anything else that requires the this level of science. Oh, I know that's Astro 4. That's 3s all the way across. All right, let's do that one and that one. I suppose I'll do that one as well, just because I can, just because it's there. There's not much else I get from Material 4, which is a bit disappointing. I feel like I feel slightly swindled. That I feel like each time I develop a new type of science pack, there should be a handful of interesting and exciting things I can do with it. But in this case, it just seems like there isn't really so much for this one. Oh well. Right, that's enough. I'm going to go over and build my spaceship and hope for the best. And actually try and head in the right direction to get back to the centre of my space station this time. Oop, nearly overshot again. Hurrah for mini-maps. There we go. Get on with it. Okay, Al. Night. Yeah, talk to you tomorrow. And what happens tomorrow? Wednesday. Nothing happens tomorrow. Catch you on Thursday. I'll probably talk before then as well. But and that's doors. Walls. Walls require heat shielding as well. Oh no. Let's take a pack of that and put it in here. How much wall are we missing on this ship? Oh no, the wall's pretty much all there. I'm not so worried about that. I think there's enough sort of cached. Yeah, I'm afraid I won't be able to make your stream, Al. I'll be at a rehearsal tomorrow evening. That's as usual. Yay! Build a ship, build a ship, build a ship. There's only like 4 or 5, maybe 10 pieces of 10 more pieces, and we'll probably be done. And we've run out of bloody heat shield tiles again. I know we've run out of these things again. Is that going to be enough? Is it? I hope it is. So I'm starting to despair a little bit. There was 5 in there we can nick. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many? The question is how many are in flight? Because I don't think there's going to be many more made, if any at all. And I do hope this is going to be enough. Is that the last one? I think that might have been the last one. Ah, finally. Right. Let's go over there and have a sudden unexpected saving of the game. There we go. So let's see. I was saying that this is going to be okay for flying there and back, but I'm not sure it is. Because it occurs to me that I'm going to need more fuel than this in order to take off from both Norvis and Kothar. So I might need to cram some extra fuel tanks in here, which is a bit upsetting. I'm not sure how. I could take a couple of them out. I could take a row of them out. Put in another 3 of these fuel tanks here, like that. Another 2 of the fuel tanks there, like that. And be a bit underpowered going out to Kothar, but it'll probably get there. I'm also going to need to put in a load more control systems, because this is going to be a 3-place flight. So how are we going to do this? I reckon if I land at 9, which is the general refueling depot over here for the core fragments, then hopefully I'll be able to refuel there, and that'll work. So let's and there isn't going to be a 9 on Norvik. Oh, there is going to be one on Kothar though. No, I can't use 9. What's the other one that's over there next to it? I don't want to park here. I could park here to get the fuel, but then I'd also lose all of my iridium, and there'd probably be a spaceship in the way, so I don't want to park there. What's 7? 7 is water and Vulcan. Okay, I could try parking at 7, see what happens. Let's give that a shot, I suppose. Or I may need to put in another clamp to dock to if that's in the wrong place. But we shall see. So we're doing Kothar, Norvis orbit. So what do I want to do? I want to do Kothar to Norvis orbit, I think. It's going to be slow to fuel up as well. Yeah. So I need to put in an extra set of combinators. This is going to get very tight. Let's move these ones up. So this is to go to Kothar, up to Norvis. So we want to planet 510. That's a good question, El Pepe. I mean, it sort of starts off. It changes as you go through the game. So when you're first starting, or at least speaking personally, when I first started going into space, I would have one cargo rocket going up that carried all of the stuff that the space station needed. And for the first couple, I loaded it manually, and then after that, I started to program it using the basically using a sort of a list of a set of constant combinators with negative numbers in to specify how much of stuff I wanted to have, and then broadcasting that signal back down to Norvis, and then so the rocket would then be loaded with the opposite of what it was with whatever was missing, and would fly up with the same stuff, with all of the stuff in it. I've still got that sort of thing essentially happening here with this spaceship. This one brings up a box full of miscellaneous stuff, whatever's needed in Norvis orbit. And we'll just swap and it's full of miscellaneous stuff. But then after that, I then set up this array of landing pads. That is one for each item type I want to ship up. So coal, ice, cryonite, beryllium, and so on. And then after that, I've started doing basically the same thing, but with spaceships instead. So yeah, it depends where you're at and whether you feel you can realistically deal with that quantity of stuff when you get it up into space. I'm going to pull that up as well, and that one for now, while I just put all these things in here and think about it. In fact, let's start again. So we've got from the top here, we've got these two that say full of iridium and on Kothar. And we're happy to tick for each of those. If so, then go to Norvis. If no iridium and on Norvis, then go to Norvis orbit. If Norvis orbit, not that one. If Norvis orbit and full of fuel, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Output a tick. So in each of these places, it only needs one thing. So on Kothar it needs to be full. On Norvis it needs to be empty, and up here in space it needs to be full of fuel. So we now want to run this down here, link all these up as well, like that. What are you? You're not doing anything. So we can remove. Don't need that one, except that it was carrying the wire, so we didn't need it for that. And I want to go to Kothar, which is a moon of which the number of which I can't remember. Kothar is moon 1142. Moon 1142. So a moon orbit. Okay. No, not that one. No, not that one. There we go. Right. I think that's all correct. Now I kind of want to shove in some more solar panels around that. So let's put that one there. Copy that to there and get rid of that one. And then wire it in, of course. Like that. And then I can put another solar panel there. 1, 2, 3, 4 solar panels is probably enough. And that's set that up reasonably well spaced out so that I can kind of tell what's going on. So this connects the output from the ship, which is good. This connects to the input to the ship, but not a lot else. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay, this is passing through the where to land signals. I don't know what that one's doing. What's that doing? Oh, that's if speed is less than 1, then land. Command. Yeah, there's actually, if you look on my YouTube channel, Pepe, there's a massive. There's I'm on to season 4 of Factorio Space Exploration now. So if you look for the season 2 videos, or series 2 videos, those are going to be the ones that cover things like those are the ones that cover when I just got into space. So series 1 was down on Norvis, doing the sort of the almost vanilla stuff, apart from rocks falling from the sky and everyone dying. Series 2 was doing the first tier of all of the space sciences. Series 3 was doing the second and third tiers of the space sciences, and Series 4 is spaceships and Tier 4. So yeah, if you follow, so the ones you want to watch at the moment probably is Series 2, and then you'll see me going through all of the stuff that you're trying to go through at the moment, basically. Right, let's launch this to Norvis orbit and see what happens, because it should then dock with that thing over there somewhere, and with any luck, you're supposed to anchor automatically, Sunshine. Maybe there's a ship in the way. I don't know where to put it. Is it there? No. It needs to be a bit lower than that. Clamp power plants, okay. Confirm. Land here. There we go. That's where it's supposed to land. So what's it linked to? It's linked up to a number 7. That's unfortunate. Oh no, that is fortunate because that's where it's supposed to be linking to, I think. Yes. Excellent. That happens to have just been in the right place. I'm kind of relieved about that. I don't like trying to line spaceships up with clamps. It's just never seems to. Yeah, it makes me nervous and stuff. Right, I'm going to get off this ship because I don't actually want to go to Kothar. I probably want to go to Norvis actually to set up what the stuff that's going to wait for that's going to receive the ship at the other end. Yes, I think that's what I want to do. Let me think this through before I just lumber over there. Right, so what am I doing? Oh, this one can go. This ship. No. Well, oh, am I in map mode? I am. Right, this ship can now park in down here where it's supposed to because I've got the other one out of the way. So hopefully if I launch Norvis orbit, it'll just reappear here like that. There we go. And now it's unloading. So this is my ship full of miscellaneous stuff that, as I was saying, is like the rocket that I used to use to bring up everything, all the supplies that my space station could need. Oh, that's a thought. Having noticed that, I should take down all of my dead. Yeah, it's designing the ships as well around the. It's a couple of things. One of them is just knowing where the ships are want to go. And in fact, what I've done for the ship that I generally fly manually is I've done exactly that. I've got these sticky out bits that go up to where the pipes come in. So this one I can land visually like that. It's just trying to make sure. It's trying to get the things like the fueling pipes and the clamps to line up properly when the ship isn't actually there and things like that. It's just a bit. It's kind of awkward. What was I going to come down here for? Oh yes, I was going to grab all of the duff. These things, the life support canisters that are used, so I can take them away and recycle them, but I can't find them. So let's just request them all. Actually, let's get rid of the thing that gets rid of them first. That one. Where are they coming from? Over there. Okay. Oh, no. There's a few left in there. Have those. Any more? And I've got my 500 now, apparently. Is that all? Have I only got that many 600 or so life support canisters? Interesting. I'll go down to... I'll drop them off in Norvis anyway. On Norvis, where they can be cleaned. There we go, words. I sentence good me. Ooh, bump. Right, Norvis. Let's go to Norvis. I'll take this ship because it's faster and impatient. And I might want to go somewhere else later. So I don't want to land here because that's in the way of my other ship. I want to decide where I'm going to put where I'm going to land the Iridium ship for Norvis. So I don't have any belts on the bus that are expecting it. It's all done by logistics bots that are bringing it to here. So in this sort of area seems sensible. Maybe, yeah, I'll have it touch down here because there's a nice empty space. Okay, so we'll head down there. And I put down a spaceship clamp. I hope I've got a spaceship clamp. Better have a spaceship clamp or I'll be very upset. Yes, there we go. Put down a spaceship clamp, say, here. It almost doesn't matter where I put it because the ship's just going to land here empty and then take off again. So put it there. That should be a number 7. Then it's kind of a case of waiting for that spaceship to fly off to Kothar, fill up, and come back again. So where is it? Here it is. How are you doing? Not very full yet. Still refueling. Okay, I can be a little bit patient and wait for that to fill up, I guess. It's only going to take approximately forever. It's the problem I've been trying to get round with some of my other my more modern, my newer designs of ship, where I have system set up to try and pump through from more. Actually, I could do that. No, I can't. Pipe isn't long enough, and I don't want to lose another solar panel. I could put that there, and then I could put pipe round here. But no, I think that's a silly idea. I'll just sit there pumping all the time, which is a bit of a nonsense. Then this is probably good enough. I need to get to 590, which means they all have to be. There has to be no more than 10,000 missing between all of them. So we've got about 8, 16, 25, 30, 37. So we've got about 37,000 left that we need to get in there. And the problem is, the way fluids flow in Factorio is the bigger a difference in the amount that's in the two tanks, the faster the fluids will flow. So when this one's at 100 and this one's at 95, it goes through relatively slowly, dribbling from this tank into this one. And then this one's at 96 and this one's at 94, so again it goes through fairly slowly into that one. So you can keep this one completely full with the pump as it is. That's fairly easy, but it still takes a while to actually load up all of the tanks. The only real way to get around that is to pump into more of the tanks at once, I suspect, or to have other internal pumps pushing fuel around inside the ship just to get it to go a bit faster. I could have it pumping from. No, I couldn't have it pumping from here to here because this it would get confused with these two pipes. I could have one pushing from in this one into this one. There's room for that, but generally I kind of feel it's not worth it. 18. 22. But I kind of feel I need to keep an eye on this ship. What's this? This is the Kothar Norvis Express. It's not particularly express, but it's, I don't know, it just feels like a nice word. Maybe it'll encourage it to fly a little bit more quickly. We shall see. 96,000. 97. So that's 6, 10, 11, 12, 15. So we need to cram another 5,000 fuel in here, and then it eventually will leave. Oh, what's that complaining about? Sushi crisis. Oh no! A sushi... Oh! Oh no! I know what the sushi crisis will be. So yeah, when I put in a new type of science, I need to program it up to pass that science down at the right place. So this one hasn't been programmed. So this needs to say, actually, I want you to filter out those instead. And that means this whole thing along here is jammed up because these have made their way all the way through, and now this is having a sad. I don't think there's any way for me to. Oh, actually, I'm up here, aren't I? No, I'm not. I'm down on Novice. I don't think there's any way for me to fix that other than to go over there with and pick them all up and shove them back where they belong. So that's a shame. Science is not going to happen because, despite, I mean, in theory, a sushi bus, you want everything everywhere on it, but actually we've got different. Some science packs are only on the right hand side, some are only on the left hand side. So, for example, there won't be any of the blue ones on this side, and there won't be any of the red ones on the right hand side of it. So, yeah, so one side is completely jammed, and none of that science is going to get through until I go in and clean it out, and the other side is free flowing. Oh well. What can you do? You can wait for this to fill up. 99, 99, 98. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this should have launched by now. Maybe it's that sort of you need to launch the ship manually the first time. So I want you to go to Kothar, because there's no point in going to Norvis. Kothar, 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 Kothar. Go! Blib. Where is it? Has it actually started moving? No, it's just sitting there like a lemon. So, okay, these are supposed to tell it to go fast as possible as soon as it launches, but apparently they haven't. So let's put in target speed in there. It hasn't engaged to go to Kothar either, so let's do that. Hopefully, all of this will happen automatically next time, but I guess we'll see. Oh, I've not heard of Space Exploration Simplified, but to be honest, I was looking for something fairly complicated when I started it, so I wanted to keep with the more advanced. I wanted to keep it advanced and challenging and difficult and exciting and so on. I'm kind of curious as to what sort of simplifications it's made, but yeah, just definitely not quite what I was looking for. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, Tristan. I suspect the wiring might not be correct. I guess I'll have to keep a bit of an eye on it. It's 5.5 minutes away. That's an annoying amount of time. Right, so I was telling it to go to Kothar, which is this one. So we've got the inputs here, saying, "Are you on 511?" which it should have been. Are you in 590? Do you have more than 590? Ah! There's a cable missing there. Which goes to that side. There we go. So that should have fixed it, probably. Hopefully. We shall find out, I guess. Maybe. I do like how efficient these ion engines are. The fact that you can just yes, it takes a lot of power, but you can fly your ship almost forever on a single tank of ion stream. It could do with more solar panels. Actually, excuse me. It could do with more solar panels on it, because each time the lasers fire, the engine stops and the computer cuts out. So that's a bit of a shame, but. Which is odd because I thought the whole point of having these accumulators in there was that they would provide the extra power it needed when the lasers were firing. However, I believe accumulators are not capable of providing infinite power output, so presumably these are spiking up to. If I look and zoom in a bit more, these are all presumably going very, very flat topped. Yes, they are. So when the lasers demand the power. Yeah, we're getting the little down blips of the ion engine there as well. So, c'est la vie, but Maybe I need to shove in a few more accumulators so it can. So I could put one in there. I could put one. No, I couldn't put any. Can't put any in there. Put one in there. Only one though. Yeah, they do. It's max output 5 megawatts. And these lasers apparently use 3 megawatts each, 3.5 well, nearly 4 megawatts each. So yeah, I suppose when they're all firing, it's not surprising everything else dies. And that's dropping. The amount of power we're producing from the solar is dropping off gradually as we move further and further away from the sun as well. So this is just going to get worse and worse. But I mean, it kind of doesn't matter. All it means is that the ship is going to fly slightly more slowly than it otherwise would. And I'm not really in any particular hurry for it to get there. Yes, I needed to get there and back at reasonable speed, but it doesn't really matter to me whether if it takes 5 minutes or if it takes 5.5, 6 minutes. It's kind of immaterial. As long as it gets there and gets back in a reasonable amount of time, then I don't care. Except on the rare occasions where I'm just standing here waiting for it to arrive, of course, and I don't know where to put the belt in order to dump it into the provider warehouse that I'm going to place down here. But oh well. So Norvis orbit, that's another place where things happen. Sometimes. Yes, and that. So over here, we've got this is now loaded up. That's got everything it needs in it. And for some reason two dead life support canisters. So this is basically ready to go, I think. I mean, I can't send it to the I can't send it to Kalidas orbit just yet because there's nowhere to anchor. So there's not really any point. However, I'm starting to think I'm waiting in the wrong place. There's no point in me being here for this. I might as well do this by bot because this whole area is, I believe, covered by robot ports. Yeah, so I can get everything down here built by robots. So I think that should be fine. I'm not actually gonna hang around here any longer. I should go back to Norvis orbit, pick up one of those. I should use this spaceship. I shall fly back up to Norvis orbit, and then I can pick up one of those probe launch jobbies. Probely launchalies. There we go, here already. Don't want to land there. No, I don't, because I don't actually want anything. I don't want anything from over there. But while I'm up here, I'll fix this this science problem as well, because I might as well just get it sorted. So this nope, a bit further, bit further, bit further. This ship has its own private landing spot down here. And as you can see, you've got those, yeah, as we were saying earlier, we've got those little sticky outy bits on the side of the ship that tell me that as long as I line those up with these pipes, I know I'm in the right place, so I can land there. And that conveniently also lines those up. But it's a shame that the clamps should show as a highlighted blob or something on the ship outline when you're going into dock. I think that would make things a bit better. So first thing, let's sort out that science crisis. What do I call it? Yeah, sushi crisis. Let's go and stuff our face with sushi. So just up here. Grab all of these as they come through. There we go. I can head over here, put them in there. Oh, I didn't dump these on Norvis while I was down there. Ah, goodness sake. Rage. Well, I'm not going back down there right now. That's waste of fuel. I'll dump them all back into the logistics system up here. I might as well just get them out of my inventory. What I should probably do is have a system up here for cleaning them out rather than just bringing more and more up all the time. But oh no, that way. I won't get rid of them all. Yeah. I put them in a warehouse for a reason, bots. For goodness sake. So disobedient. Right, so I need... Oh, I still haven't got the heat shield tiles for this. This is the sound of me slowly going mad. I only need 20. No, I don't. I need 200. Okay, that's quite a few. I've got this no station supplying cargo rocket section error again, and I don't believe it for a moment. I can't find it for a moment either. Oh no, I take it back. I have actually pulled all of the I've actually pulled all of the what do you call it? Rocket parts out of here and dumped them in the other station on the other side. Okay, so it's telling the truth. That kind of surprises me. Does that mean there's now a huge number of them in the... Oh, yeah, right. It's because there's a massive belt here to fill up with them. That's why it's that's a lot of rocket parts. maybe I should have had a single-sided belt, or oh, I don't know. It's good to dump them somewhere. Get rid of them. Right. How is that? Hey, Charon. Welcome to the stream. Is this the first one of my Factorio streams you've made it to? I don't remember. I don't remember. I know you're mostly with us for the GTA stuff, so I don't want that. I want this one. Where's my spaceship? Where's my spaceship? There's my spaceship. It's stopped in orbit because it's bloody stupid. Right. Why are you just sitting there? So let's see. This is the one that's supposed to make it land. 7 is supposed to make it 7. Oh. Bloody hell. There's no... Right. There's no clamp with a 7 on Kothar. Because I didn't want it to... I wanted to use a different clamp number so it didn't park in the same place as the other ship when it's in Norvis orbit getting fueled. But when it's on Kothar, I do want it to park in the same place so it'll fill up with iridium. So, yeah. I guess what I'm going to have to do is this. And put in a splitter here. And then number that one 7. But I don't have any of the stuff I need on this planet. Oh no, well, actually take it back. I have some of the stuff I need, but I don't think there's going to be another one of these, another one of the clamps, because I tend to just shove those in where they're wanted. Yeah, I'll just call you Ed. That's easier to remember. Probably. So that goes there. And I could tweak this to be a 7 for now. And the ship will land. That one will land here. But the other one won't. Come on, have a splitter. There's a splitter. Good. Right. So this will work for now. And I'll be able to load this ship up that will then be able to fly to Norvis. But I do need to get another clamp in there somehow. What I need to have, I guess, is a yellow chest on all of my spaceships, so I can just randomly put crap in them that I want to end up on a different planet, and they'll deliver it there for me. So I've put this in here like that. No, not there. Let's put it up here. No, let's put it right up in the nose, so it's out of the way. So I can put another clamp in there, and then when it lands here, the robots will automatically build it for me. That's quite cunning, actually. I'm pleased with that idea. So now this is now going to take quite a long time for this to fill up, but that's not really a problem. This is a mod, so the vanilla Factorio and the game you're only on the one planet, and when you launch your rocket, you've finished this storyline essentially. Space exploration gives you massive increase of complexity, although it increases at a reasonably gentle level. So at the moment I'm probably 2/3 of the way through it, so it's getting quite hard at this point. But it's taken a while to get to that point. So automating spaceships is quite difficult, as you can tell by the way I'm beating my head against a wall at the moment. But I've had lots of practice with other things first to get me up to this sort of point and to get used to the system. So this is a fully automated spaceship that will fly back and forth between the main planet of Norvis, my space station to get refueled, and then onto this planet to load up with iridium, which is one of the new metals that's added in space exploration. It's now about nearly half full. Okay. So that's I don't know. Funny thing is, I've played quite a lot of RimWorld as well, although I've never actually streamed it. But I always found that RimWorld was frustrating because all of your pawns tended to be so stupid. They just never do. They'd never do quite what I wanted them to do, even when I'd got all of the priorities and things set up correctly, and they weren't having mental breakdowns. So yeah, I did enjoy RimWorld, but I found it got a bit frustrating after a while because things just didn't quite work. But then I see some of the massive constructions people have made on Reddit, and I'm very impressed with them. And I know there's enormous numbers of mods as well that can change all kinds of things about the game. So yeah, I'll probably play it. I'll probably play it again sometime, but not right now. Okay, I'm going to wrap up the stream now because it is clearly after my bedtime. Even though I feel like I've just managed to make a little bit of progress recently, um, I think it's a good time to call it an end. So let's have a look around and sort of summarise what we've done today. So last week I built up all of this stuff down here to make the down to here in order to make the tier 4 material science catalogues, and those are now being churned out by these supercomputers. And so today I built up a station here to pick them all up, get loaded up, and pass them on to the science facilities. Down here we built up some system to build up the what do we call it, heavy composites, and I need to put that belt back in because I took it out earlier and forgot to put it back, to load up this station. And those are both being taken up here to be turned into the Science Pack 4s, and that's working quite nicely. We haven't actually completely got a backlog of them yet. What's slowing this down? Oh, we've run out of Pack 3. We've run out of Pack 3 because we've run out of oh, because we produced so many data cards that it's gummed up the system. Damn it. I thought I'd built this in such a way that it wouldn't jam up like that, but apparently if you do little enough of those various science types, then it does still jam up. I guess I'd better do an artillery shell range research. So there we go. That should get that flowing again, and then we should get some more of these coming through. I then beat my head against various spaceships. Oh yes, I realised that I'd run out of iridium, so that's been a lot of what I've been doing recently. And I started building up all of this stuff over here to build the probes and the probe rockets to go off to other parts of the system in order to launch them out and get more data for those for some of the more advanced systems. And finally, I came over and I got a couple more spaceships running. There's this one on Kothar which has left now. Excellent. Let's see where that's got, how far that's got so far. Right, okay, it's only just left. So I'm probably not going to make you watch until it gets all the way back to Norris because that's quite a long way. So I think at this point, all that remains is for me to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I'll try and be a little bit more awake and alert and with it next week because I know I've been being a little bit dopey this time. But as I blamed earlier, I'm pretty sure that's just down to the hour change. So normal service will be resumed shortly. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, actually, a bit of advertising first. Don't forget to come back on Thursday for Industrial Revolution stream with myself and a handful of friends. And there are the GTA videos coming out twice a week as well, which are all good fun. Ask Ed; he's hoping to join in with them and been around a little bit as well. And if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. I've noticed that about 2/3 of people who are watching stuff on my channel aren't, so it'd be nice to have a few more in there. I passed 400 recently, which was awfully nice, but I'd like to get a few more. So yes, if you're not subscribed, please make sure you do so you don't miss anything. Yada yada yada. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'm going to stop rambling now. Good night.